Hello, everybody, and welcome to something exciting and something completely different. And denizens of the grid, you're in for a treat today, so buckle in. For the first time, I've got an actual guest on channel coming later today. But before we jump into that, this is the big thing that I've been teasing. I don't know if you're coming to me seeing something from Reddit or from elsewhere. This is the Android Netrunner Grid Drafter website that I've put together. Before we jump right into games and actually using this, I was going to say a little bit about the making of, since, if that's okay with everybody. I've spent about a week or so putting this together, about 10 days now. And I gotta be honest, I do have some computer science programming background, but not in JavaScript, HTML. These are not my tools. I've never used a CSS style sheet, and I don't know what JSON is. So I want to definitely shout out thanks to Plural and Am6 and Ixaron for all of the help with getting me set up and getting these things working. Thanks also to Ensu, Pelinor, and Edward B911 for their help with running playtests. Thanks Maverick for the encouragement as well as the shout out of Metropole Grid fame. And finally, thanks to Bahram Wu for agreeing to play. I'm very excited to have him along for the ride here. I had mentioned in an offhand comment on a prior stream that I'd been hoping to do something like this, and I am beyond ecstatic that I'll be real. I did not think that this was going to be actually something that would happen. I just thought that was going to be like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if? So very excited to be here making this happen. So we've still got a couple minutes before he's ready to join. And I wanted to spend a moment going over just very broadly, very briefly, some of the making of, because I'm obviously super proud of this tool and what it does. To begin with, for those of you who don't know what cube drafting is, the concept is that you have a cube of Netrunner cards. And a cube, in this context, is just a large set that is pre-designed and predefined. So in this case, these 464 cards would be considered a cube. And the term cube originates because you can divide that down in, among groups of players in fairly even packets or what have you. So, I'm gonna mute that. So we've got the cube here. Ordinarily, the way you draft a cube is to divide it into sets of, say, 10, 15, whatever many cards. Everyone takes a packet, passes it to their right until all the packets are used up, and then you've got your cards and you build a deck out of them. Pretty straightforward, right? But the way that grid drafting works is different. In grid drafting, it is a strictly 1v1 game. In grid drafting, you lay out your cards in a 3x3 like so. Each player then takes turns choosing a column or row. So by definition, you're getting 3 cards if you're first pick, and the next turn you're getting 2 cards if you go sideways, and 3 cards if you go vertical. So you can alternate your picks, you can decide how you want to, but take a look at this board and realize that it's not immediately obvious which card you're drafting. Let's say, for argument's sake, that the one card you absolutely want for your synergies in your deck and whatnot is green level clearance. Okay, interesting situation. Do you want to go vertical and take Surugi, green level, and Ice Wall? Do you want to go horizontal and take Gila Hands, green level, or TGTBT? And you're not drafting the best possible deck you can, you're drafting the best possible deck relative to the deck you're leaving your opponent to draft. So if they really, really need Gilahans to work, maybe you decide to pass up the Surugi and the Ice Wall and take the Gilahans away from them while still taking what you need. You have picking and counter-picking all baked into every decision. And I find that fascinating and yeah, really cool. I've only ever actually grid drafted once in all my time playing Netrunner. hang on a second. Looks like we are good to go. Okay, let me pull Burnham back in. Knock knock.
Hello, hello. How are we doing?
Hey, everybody! Barem Wu of WooTube. Welcome to the channel.
Hi. What do I call you? I've never asked what I call you on stream. Do I call you Bounty Hunter? I guess.
You're welcome to call me Bounty. You can call me Ahmed. People tend to call me Bounty, and that's fine. Somehow calling me Bounty Hunter repeatedly for an hour seems like it'd be a problem.
Potentially. Cool. Sorry.
but how,
Carry on with your description.
how are you doing today?
Really well. Yeah, I've had a great day. It's been nice and well. I'd say nice and warm. Nice and warm for the UK over here. So not too bad.
UK warm equals our surviving. Got it.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
here
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the,
exactly.
I'm from East Coast. I'm USA. I'm in the East Coast. So in any event, that's how you would select your cards, and you would keep going until the requisite number of grids is done, and you've taken the number of cards you're going to get. They have 14 in order to build decks of I want to say 30-ish cards. So I've modified that to 16 in order to draft grids of 40-ish decks of 40-ish cards, and yeah. So this is the style of drafting that I've wanted to do for a long time and never been able to, because I mean, it's hard enough to get a game of draft to run, a game of Netrunner. Good luck firing this and finding someone to draft with. And there aren't any tools online to do it. After I started working on this, I did get a message saying that they do exist. And I saw down here a mention that grid drafting versus an AI exists. But it kind of totally doesn't. And yeah. So I decided to make it myself. And this, in brief, is the code that I've come up with to do that. And I don't really know how to code a lot of it. But that's where ChatGPT comes in. Many of you have probably heard of this as being a meme machine, a jokes-making machine, a highly productive thing, the end of the world as we know it, and everything in between. I can't speak to all of that, but I can say this. It's a hell of a tool for learning and for co-coding. I will keep this super brief because there's a good chance that this is not going to interest that the intersection between programmers and game players is not as wide as I would assume. But if there is interest in this, please let me know, and I will happily make the making of video dedicated to this. I started off with something as broad as asking, what do you know about game development on Android? This is what I'm familiar with. Can you show me a simple example, something that would display 9 images in a 3x3 grid, but if one clicks one, the other disappears? And it came up with a socket-based scripting for JavaScript that I could copy in and try to use. Problem is, I've never made a server and client before, and so this quickly became something that was overwhelming my ability to learn. So instead, I settled for making a local tool. Okay, that's enough of that for now. This conversation and all of the different debugging I've done goes on for like 100 pages. It's quite awesome just how much value I've gotten out of this tool and how much I've learned using it. But that is a story for another time if there's interest. For now, what we actually got. The way this works, and I'm going to put this actually, how do I blow this up? I guess I can't. The website is anrdraft.glitch.me, and actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste that into chat right here. And as of now, I consider this to be, if not finalized, certainly feature complete. It works well enough to use. And if it doesn't, I want to find that out today so that I know what I have to fix so that it can work again. I haven't had the chance to use it and play a game, but Baremu and I did kind of click through it for a while a couple days ago, and I've made some updates since then, by the way, because I can't stop working on it. If
For anyone who's not aware, which is probably most people, I've woken up every morning to see a stream of updates from Bounty, telling me what he's been doing, and it's been absolutely fascinating to see the lengths which he's dived into to make this work. So I'm excited.
Thank you much, man. The way that I've gotten around as much as I can get around the problem of not being able to directly server connect to someone is, instead of using random it's using a seed. So if you are set to set up any seed, I don't know, like Curio, let's say, and load the cube, it's going to give you the same set of cards in the same order every time. So you've got Renee there, you've got Reclaim, you've got Same Old Thing, you've got On the Lamb, right? And if you were to refresh and try the exact same, God, did I put an H in Curio? I don't remember. You're going to get the exact same grid every time. So if you and a friend are on stream together, hint, or are able to communicate via Discord or by whatever means, all you have to do is have both of you enter the same seed, any seed you like. You can make up any word you like. And what will happen is you give each other what column or row you're picking. You pick for yourself, you pick for them, go next, and you will be synchronized in your card picks as you go down. Now, obviously, it's a cube, which means some of the cards that are not legal in standard form Netrunner anymore, like account siphons, been rotated from standard. I don't think has Faust been banned, or is it just rotated at this point?
I think it's rotated out. I think it was maybe Order and Chaos.
Okay, fair enough. Levy, though. Oh no, Levy's also rotated. I feel like there's some banned card. Oh yeah, Lamb. Lamb is in this set, and it is definitely banned. But doesn't matter. A one-off doesn't matter in a cube situation. It's possible to draft these powerful cards. If you're in a situation where you're going through and drafting and you don't remember a card that you've drafted or what it does, you can easily click on it to open it up and take a look at it, and it'll open in separate tabs so you can go back. I've also finally figured out how to sort these by type. So your code gate breakers and barrier breakers and whatnot will be hopefully grouped together. If not, that's a bug I'm going to have to work out. So yeah, that's the tool in a nutshell. With any luck, we don't run into too many snags. I think that's about it. 16 rounds of drafting by my math gives you 3 and 2 is 5 cards every grid. And so after you've drafted for 16 grids, you'll have 40 cards minimum. Or if you take 3 cards every pick, you'll have 48 cards. So one way or the other, you should be able to build a legal 40 card deck. And and lastly is IDs. You can draft ID cards just like you would draft any card. All IDs are, for purposes of this cube, following these instructions, are considered to have 40 card minimum, infinity influence. Did I miss anything? Does that about sum it up?
I think that's pretty much everything. I can't think of too much more.
Sweet. Now this is our first run at doing this, and I will be honest, even if I've spent a week or two working on this, I've spent almost none of that time playing Netrunner. So I have very little concept of how powerful the cube is, what's in it, and what it means for it to be in it. The list of the cube is here to look at, but this is not a situation where I've studied this and have a good idea. Notably, if you look at the split between all the different card types, it's pretty even. There's about 50 or 60 of each type of ice. There's 77 icebreakers, which means ratios are pretty good on this thing. So hopefully we get to draft everything we need to. Shall we get started?
I should think so. We probably need to come up with a seed, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What would you like?
Well, I think I'll take the first letters, and let's say Mopus feels like quite so MU. How would you spell Mopus?
Magnum Opus, MOPUS.
Yeah, MUPOS, all lowercase.
Wait, MOPUS or MUPOS?
Yeah. MOPUS.
Okay, all lowercase. I agree.
Yeah.
Mopus. I like it. It speaks to money. but I also want to speak to scrambling everything, making everything confused and random. Ocalypse. OCALYPSE. MopusOcalypse.
Very nice. MopusOcalypse. Okay, very cool.
You can check to see on stream. Am I? Are we matching? Are we synced
Let
up?
me just have a look here.
MopusOcalypse, or do I have a typo?
Oh, I think you're missing a P. Are you missing a P? Oh no, you're not. No, MopusOcalypse.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
that looks good to me.
Well, we're gonna know when we hit load cube. Ready? Oh, would you
Absolutely.
like to be first, or shall I?
You go first. It's your
Very good.
software.
For anyone who's following along, wants to see how this works, just type your seed or don't. It doesn't matter. Hit load cube, and you will be greeted with the runner cube. This right here is just text. It doesn't have it's not a secured box or anything. So if you're so inclined, you can go to Netrunner DB, copy this portion of a link from any deck list at all, paste it in here, and use your own cube. I've preloaded the 2023 StimHack cube as kind of a default because it's one of like 2 cubes that I could find on the whole of Netrunner DB, and it's the most recent. But this is intentionally left open so that other people can put their preferences. And actually, the way I have this coded is I can add more URLs here down the line if it becomes, prudent to do so.
Do you want to just shout out what was the actual website which they need to go to run?
Sorry. Yes. Let me flash on the screen here. It's ANR grid. Sorry. Yeah, ANR grid draft.glitch.me. So I've got it. It should be showing up in the comments on the stream right now. ANR grid draft.glitch.me. Because that's where the project is hosted right now. Feel free, by the way, while you're watching this, y'all, if there are things that you think, oh, this really should be like that, or it'd be better this way or that way, feel free to shout it out. I promise you, I'm not the kind of guy who gets pressured into making changes. If I don't think I can do it, I won't. But I'd like to see, where people think I could easily improve or I couldn't, as the case may be. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at this grid. What do we got going on here? I see a Bravado, which I like because I like money. Ooh, we've got our first ID.
Oh, okay.
First to make a successful run. So you are not required to draft an ID. You can always use a blank 40 card 0 influence ability, but you would be a fool not to at least draft one given an opportunity. Looking at the list of cards in the cube, actually, we should confirm. Are we seeing the same grid? I've got Joshua B, Frantic Coding, Queen's Gambit, Bravado, Game Signs. You got the same thing I got?
I've got exactly the same. We're looking good.
Alrighty. Yeah, this is literally going to be troubleshooting live. I love it. It looks like the IDs include Geist, Captain Padma, Freedom, Kamalu, Haley Kaplan, Cabanessa Wu, Leela, Max, Sable, Quetzal, Reyna, Renee, Kit, Steve, Sunny. Dang, there's a lot of high powers, and Tao. On that list, this does not seem very high powered, so I probably would hold off on going overboard there.
Yeah, there's some good stuff here, though.
I like money a lot, and I don't know. This is not the power board that I would have wanted to be for my first pick.
I mean, you can get a Bravado. Bravado is always good.
Yeah, that's kind of where my eye is. Bravado, and then either I think I'm gonna take left column confirm. Yeah, left column confirm.
Cool. So you've got Joshua B, Alice, and Bravado.
Bingo.
I was tempted by that. I was also tempted by the middle column, middle row, because I was quite tempted by the gang sign. I think I'm going to take the right-hand column because I like the idea of having an Atman. I feel like that could be useful, and Queen's Gambit is money. It's potentially pretty risky money, but it is money.
So this cube contains, I want to say, 3 Queen's Gambits. Let me quickly check. 2 Queen's Gambits. And I find that really interesting because I don't think there's a lot of players that would stuff their deck full of them. But that's why the cube can be full of them, so that you have to choose, and it's a good choice to make. So are you confirm right column?
So right hand column, Queen's Gambit, Atman, Xanadu.
All right.
Let's see if that becomes one.
And next grid.
Okay, so I've got Muertos gang
pick.
member down to Tau.
Bingo.
That sounds cool. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, now this is the power grid that I wanted to start with.
Right. So we've got a double 5-cost console down the middle. I think I'm drawn very much towards David Kongamato Tau. If I had taken there was an incubator, yeah, I'd be very tempted to take this Friday chip and or the Knob Curry. I mean, there's some. I think I'm taking right column. I'm gonna. A tiny bit of me wants to take top line, but no, I'm going to take right column. So I'm going to take David Kongamato Tau.
I think that's the correct pick. I definitely wanted all of those things. Looking at what's left, it's a tough call. Taking 2 consoles feels bad no matter how you slice it, especially 2 expensive consoles.
Yeah.
Egret is, in all things, slow and only on a rezzed piece of ice. And as of now, I don't even have a breaker, so I don't know if it's warranted.
Hilariously, there's somewhat of a combo with Muertos gang member there, because they res a card and then you can put the egret on it. So
yay! You know. I remember once playing against somebody who actually played Muertos gang member in seriousness, as opposed to as a meme or binder fodder or something. And the entire game for me became about, when will I be able to take that away from you?
I remember playing. I played Muertos gang member like
with seriousness,
semi-seriously back in the day. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
I love that we're doing runner first, because it would so influence my drafting of the runner to know what corp I'm teching against.
Yeah,
and I really like that I can't do that. I'm gonna take. What am I gonna take? All right, let's run it out. Friday chip is only useful if I have something that cares about viruses. I don't have a virus yet, therefore I don't have anything that cares about viruses, and I would need trashables. Hacktivist meeting is just generally good, especially in an environment where we have to run 5/3s until we draft better.
Yeah, and like it's likely that econ is going to come from assets. Here's another
thought. If I draft a row, I can only draft 2 cards. If I draft a column, I only have to include 2 of them. So if I take this column and I prefer Knob Curry over Dinosaurus, that's fine.
True.
So I'll take middle column, confirm.
Okay.
The MopusOcalypse continues.
Okay. Next grid?
Yep. Looks like it's my pick, and Aaron Marin and Diversion and Hyperdriver and Lucky Find and Sneak Door Beta and Clone Chip are all on the same board, and Verbal Plasticity and Jin. Who the heck designed this board? This is so good.
This is a spicy one.
So there's a problem with this board, and that problem is that there's too much to choose from. Let's think about it with 5 seconds of seriousness. I still have no breakers, but Diversion of Funds is bad in no deck. Diversion Sneak Door Clone Chip is an excellent line. Aaron Marin, Diversion, and Hyperdriver is excellent.
Yeah, that's where I'm drawn. I'm drawn to that column.
Anything else is just okay relative to those. Like Jin and Clone Chip are nice, but again, as of now, I've drafted no programs. For you, Clone Chip is really nice. It can refresh your Atman and your David. It gives you a lot of options. Do I hate you having Clone Chip enough to not take Aaron Marin, though? Scored or stolen, free card draw with tag removal. Why am I thinking about this again? Yeah, left column, confirm.
Column.
Yeah.
Lovely. I mean, you had some. You've got a Knob Curry. You had some good virus on the right column, but like you definitely chose the best one there.
Yeah. I mean, there is technically a nerf agent. You're right. After
Yeah.
numerous
Nerve
attempts at
agent
getting in, I
and
might see
Jin.
an extra card.
Jin, find your stuff.
It's true. Jin clone chip nerf agent on any other board would be good, but there's baby account siphon and account siphon enabler in a cube with 2 account siphons.
So I do quite want the clone chip, but I think the middle column is just better. It includes draw, it includes money, it includes a sneaky something. Sneak draw is actually
Oh.
also really good with Tau. I'm taking middle column.
Oh my god, yeah. I didn't think of that. You're right. And if you're thinking of yourself as Tau, then definitely. All right,
Yeah.
next grid. And oh no. Well,
Oh, okay.
oh no.
So,
Okay, this is clearly a power cube. There's a lot of powerful stuff in here. There's been very few grids that are like everything here. So, oh, we have 7 folk watching. Hi everybody, welcome. I hope you all are having a blast. It is me and Balramu getting together to do a grid draft. I must
we've
say
got a few on this side as well, and this is tricky because, like, I kind of with you having Knob Curry, I kind of want to stop you getting medium and Gravedigger because I'm a bit scared.
absolutely. Look, I agree, and that's why my reaction to this board was because I knew that was a issue. Actually, more privilege.
I need to look at some of these cards as well.
Diversion of
Seg
funds.
testing could be good.
I'm turning
Medium
into
seems
a criminal.
brutal.
I desperately would. I would absolutely love to draft a good criminal ID, Leela or what's the name? Steve would go amazing with my deck.
Steve would be nice. I'm also tempted to take top row because it has E3 feedback implants, and so far I've got
E3.
Pongamato and I've got David, and that gives me medium
That's
and E3.
really good, actually.
The scrubber security testing are both like kind of good money. I think though, based on what I've got so far, like they're my 2 options. Both of them include an exploit, which I don't think I'm going to be able to play. Although I do have a Xanadu, so there's something there as well. I'm going to take that top row with medium and E3 feedback implants on it.
Good. I don't think I'm going to be in a position to punish your Gorman very hard. I don't have enough suppression to think that Gorman will win me the game. Other than Knob Curie, I don't have any real virus synergy going. Gravedigger with Scrubber would have been really nice, but that's literally impossible. We're not seeing... Spearfishing for a deck that currently has no breakers.
It's something. It's a way in.
Is not the worst thing to take. But then again, I've gotta have some faith we'll find breakers eventually. Although we are oh my god, this is grid 4.
What did we decide we were doing? We decided we were doing 16. Yeah.
So we're a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
Already. This is actually going much faster.
I can break some ice that's over strength 5, and I can break 1 end the run. So I'm all good.
What I'm hearing is hive. Got it. I think the correct answer here is middle column. I don't know what my MU situation is going to be. I don't know what my rig's going to be, but security testing and Scrubble will give me sustain in every situation.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, next grid. Oh, it happened. It happened. It happened.
Well, that's disgusting.
Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, so the reason we're flipping our shit is because of this rotated card, Leela Patel. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, add an unresed card to HQ. Now, combo that with my other card, Aaron Marin. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, I can remove a tag and draw a card at any time. So add on to that, just the amount of pressure I can provide is high, assuming I can ever get in. Now, also being offered is Torch, which is the only breaker we've seen so far, I think. Do you have a breaker yet? David.
Not a normal
I mean the standard breaker.
Yeah, no.
Torch is super expensive, but it's a 4-strength, 1-for-1 code gate breaker, and I think that's like the first of its kind to do that. Moose Safecracker is pretty terrible. Like, it's not going to fire much. Rozeki is so good that it got banned out of standard for being too good. It's money every turn, which the Corp can barely do anything about. My inclination is to take Torch with Rozeki, but that was what we call cheating, so I can't do that.
You
Um,
definitely can't have that and Leela. Like,
and no, no. At that point, we're just completely. So I think the correct answer here is left column,
it 100%
because
is.
I'm going to find other ways to break code gates eventually, and failing which, left column is confirmed. Failing which, I'm going to find some other way to get in. But let's say that Baud decides to go assets. Let's say he decides to make a very taxing server, and all I have is an AI breaker. Money will cure all wounds, and I'm Leela. Like, that's the way you win, or not. I don't know. Again, I'm not good at drafting. I just really enjoy it. Like, legitimately, right now, I'm having so much fun. The hardest part for me of building a deck is coming up with a concept, and then thinking it through, and then coming up with the fun ideas, and then agonizing over every pick. Here, it's like that all gets done for you. Build on the fly and use your wits. I love that. All right, it's on you, man.
This is tricky. I really like By Any Means, but I think it's going to be pretty bad here.
By
I
any
think I'm
means,
probably going to have to take. Oh, it's a fun card. I think I'm going to have to take Top Row. I'm quite glad you didn't manage to get the Citadel Sanctuary as well, because you've got Joshua B, and I wouldn't want you to have both of those
Joshua
cards.
B. I didn't think about that. Oh, you're absolutely
that
right.
might have been the first time I haven't pointed something out, because I was like,
no,
I'm taking Top Row.
Okay. Oh, just so you all can see the feature, if you click this button at any time, it undoes all selections, so you can then go back and do them correctly if you've misclicked or if the client bugged out or something. And last time we tested it, it didn't break our randomness sync.
No, it seemed to work well.
Maybe
It seemed
this
to work.
time, so let's find out. I'm seeing neutralize all threats down through Maw.
Yes. Okay. This is on me, isn't it? Is this on me?
Good luck. First pick. Oh, we got our first breakers.
We've got.
Well, second breaker.
We have two breakers here.
Mhm.
Oh, there's quite a lot of cards which I like in this like pet cards. I love more, but more is very expensive. I love more.
I don't think you have I don't think you have a console yet. You do not.
Don't. So more is tempting. Battering ram is awful, but it is a breaker. It's a way through some
What grid are we
ice.
at? We are on grid 6, which means after this we have 10 more grids to go. Yeah. Also, you'll notice these plus minus signs. That's just a visual indicator of how far you've gone.
Day job, DreamNet. I like Flip Switch. Flip Switch could be like quite good, considering I don't know when I'm going to be able to break stuff. Like, I might just go. This feels quite bad because I should be looking at taking at least a breaker, but I just don't want to take battering ram and fairy. I don't have any way of recurring it as of yet, unless, well, if I take middle column, I guess I then have trope, and that is a way of recurring a fairy.
Wait, where? Oh, you mean right column? Oh, middle column.
No,
middle row.
Yeah, if I take middle row. I think I'm just going to take the money and the draw, which would be the middle column. I do like having more. Could take bottom row. Ooh, I have got some draw already, I think. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I've got verbal. No, I'm gonna take middle column because I think it makes your choices slightly more awkward.
I agree. I think middle column's correct. It's all gas without any specific tool, and that's reasonable.
Okay, that's locked in.
I do not want to take an additional console at this stage, especially not another expensive console. I do have a bit of a combo in sticking battering ram on the Dinosaurus.
Oh, that's true. That then makes it.
My strength, my MU is not a problem. I get the 2 MU value, and it's a base 5 strength. So that's pretty sweet. That doesn't lose strength as the run goes. Factor is irrelevant, but it's a 5 credit fractor.
Yeah, that'll be fine. You put it on your Dinosaurus. You've only spent 10 credits to break some barriers.
Yeah, and no, not 10, 12. It costs 2 credits to break a
Well,
single
yeah, you
subroutine.
also have to. You also have to fire it.
Have you ever seen an ice wall that charges somebody 7 credits for the privilege of interacting? I've forfeited agendas to do that.
I'm gonna be pulling a vanilla the minute that you do that. You watch.
Host up to 3 cards from your grip face down. You may look at them, click or trash, add all cards on bookmark to your grip. Left column is actually very interesting. You know, depending on how
Neutralize
the
is good.
depending on how the cards come through, it's an HQ interface with a downside. It's
You've
a
got
send people
Leela.
to get in once.
Leela plus
Mhm.
neutralize is actually quite grim.
And it's bookmark, which
Oof.
means when everything is coming in the wrong order, just click, save your cards, and keep moving. And it's
Yeah.
kill protection when I'm up against scorch nonsense. Like, it's not ideal. I wouldn't play bookmark ordinarily, but I wouldn't throw it out of bed for eating cookies either. It's also not drafting Maw and not drafting battering ram.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Trope
whole column of 0 cost things, which is good when.
Trope is really tempting. Hang on a second while I quickly check how much I need to recur to survive. It looks like nothing, with the exception of maybe Doof and
But
Bravado.
you pull back Doof, Bravado, they're both good.
That's about it. So I'm not like without recursion, this deck isn't going to work. I would rather have an HQ interface that costs 0. So,
Yeah.
and I have Scrubber, right? Yeah. So mandatory trashing isn't the end of the world. Okay, next grid.
Okay.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. Oh my
Ooh.
god. I love it. Okay, guys who are watching, this is like genuinely giddy inducing emotion. Every time you click next grid, it's like you open a loot box and you see all the cool loot and
I
you
mean,
go, "Oh my god, what is this? What am I going to get? What am I going to get?" So, you know how we were waiting for breakers?
we found them.
We
They're
found
all
them.
here.
I'm debating taking the entire left column and just being like, I got all the breakers I need for every situation. Yeah, you know that whole Dinosaurus bullshit we were talking about? Yeah, you put Shrike on a Dinosaurus and you're a very happy camper.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's
But
still
again,
10
10
credits.
credits. Yeah, that
um,
but what is Arbalest? I don't actually even know what this card is. First time it's made trash. Oh, this is one of the new Parhelion cards that I couldn't imagine ever using. But
yeah,
it's 2
that's
credits.
that's a draft card right there.
But it's 2 credits, and suddenly it seems okay. Tapworm is nice. Tapworm and Yusuf. What does Nopcuri do exactly? Use the MU
Yeah.
only for virus programs. First, you make a successful run, you may place a virus program. Oh, I think we found my synergy. I
If you're,
think we found my
I
synergy.
think
I
that's
don't
what
have
I'd be taking if I had an access to Nobkuri, which you do. Like that
say
looks.
again?
I think that's the row
Yeah.
the column I'd be taking if I had access to Nobkuri, which you do.
I mean, looking through the rest of these and what I'm leaving for you, I'm leaving you a Shiv, which is not the end of the world by a long shot. I'm leaving you
Not
the
if you take that
Shrike.
column.
No,
No,
I'm thinking of taking Abignali because I don't have a decoder.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Now I
Fair,
have
fair,
a
fair.
decoder, a fractor, and a killer, right? So I'm officially whole. I would be
Mhm.
leaving Tapworm behind, and I really like Tapworm. Tapworm is a pet card for me, but I don't predict we're going to be in a high econ game. So I predict that Tapworm will be less good than it would ordinarily have been. We'll
Yeah.
find out, but that's my impression. And especially if my deck is working right, then I'm keeping your money down, so it doesn't matter. Fansight is dead in this deck until I find something to do with it. There's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff here, and I do not have a lot of fast money. I have
Mm.
Bravado, and that's like it. Do we start off with hedge funds by default? Or sorry, panels by default? I want to say we don't.
I know we start off. So we start off with Jackson, right? Or like
No, yeah,
in.
Jackson for the Corp. Oh, yep, here it is. Sure Gamble is in the cube, therefore we do not start with it because that would
Ooh,
be.
okay.
All right, I'm going to take Yusuf, Abignali, and Fansight. I am taking middle row,
Gotcha.
and I am sad faced to leave behind breakers for you, but I don't
Mm.
really. But it's not worth not taking Yusuf. Yusuf is clearly a good
Yeah,
card and a half.
I think so. Now, my issue here is that I can take the Abassi, but at the moment, decoders are the only thing that I have. I've got a
Wait,
torch. Um,
You got a medium, bro. You've
I
already
got,
won the game. You took medium before I could.
I mean, I guess I've got Atman, I've got David. Yeah, I mean, if you got medium, then with North Korea, I'm in like a
like
ton
like
of
like,
trouble.
like here's what you do. Here's what you do. You run our R&D with medium until I have to ice it. Then you admin R&D until I have to ice it. Then you David R&D until I have to ice it. Then you sneak door into HQ and move my ice around and keep running R&D, and I lose to medium. Game over.
Very true. I'm I think I'm probably taking bottom row here. Rigging up is a pet card because it's modded, and I was basically petitioning for modded to come back for a long time,
I
and
do love modded.
no signal do it. It has 2 killers, which means that I have some way of dealing with sentries.
You have
Uh,
Shrike, and Shrike could save your life. Yep.
I'm taking bottom row.
Okie dokie. I would do the same in your shoes. Next grid,
Okay.
your first pick, and we are halfway through the grid after this, or halfway through
Ooh.
the draft after this. Which again, I
Okay.
gotta say, this is going way faster and smoother than I thought it would. Oh
Now,
my god, seriously. So
I'd
good. So good.
if you hadn't taken the Yusef on the last one, then
Yeah.
I would instantly snap up the Yog here, because otherwise you've got like Yogosaurus, and then basically I guess if you do that, I just draft 0 code gates, which would
No,
be like,
no. You draft one so that I have
oh
to pay 10 credits.
yeah, yeah, draft 1 4 strength code gate.
4 strength,
But
just to be perfectly frustrating.
yeah. Um, I like the piece in our time. I like the logic bomb a lot. Um, it's whether I take the piece in our time or the Armitage. Um, maybe maybe I take the bottom row, because at the moment my decoder is Torch, which is 9 credits, and 5 credits is less than 9 credits. Um, I kind of like the Armitage. Is peace in our time gives you money though, which feels bad.
It gives me money and you money.
Well, it'll
They
give
made an
everyone
NBA
money.
they made an NBN card like that, which was the card
Yeah.
of the day yesterday, and everyone had a good time laughing about it. But you know what? When they print an ID that says every time you give the runner money, they lose everything, they're
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
like, "Huh, now we understand."
Suddenly everyone's playing congratulations in their decks.
On any turn where you give the runner 2 credits, they cannot draw cards. Wait, what? Broken kill combos? Data loop?
Ah, ah, Armitage or Peace. Armitage or Peace. I'm going to take bottom row.
That was the obvious choice to my mind, for the sole reason that you have E3.
Yeah.
So at this point, for those of you who aren't following,
E3 and Logic Bomb don't like Logic Bomb gets through everything anyway.
oh, sorry, the Kongamato is the one that's a bypass and grappling
Yeah.
hook. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Yeah, but you've got one time get past ice for free with Logic Bomb. You've got one time get past ice for free with Kongamato. You've got one time get past ice for free with David or more, depending. You've got Tau, so that's scored or stolen. Make your server harder to get in, harder to get out. There's a lot that you do that just makes it hard for me to keep you out, which is
Yeah. I
kind of
probably
key.
like I might pick up a Fractor, but I might just not. If I don't see a really good one, I might be like, "Ah, I can go without a Fractor."
So
We'll
I'm
find out.
struggling to find how I'm going to get money at this stage. You took the row that I wanted, and Armitage is bad in no deck. It's a magnum opus for 1 credit, because rarely is a game slow enough that you need to click magnum opus more than 6 times.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, red team lets me do what I already like doing, which is running.
Red team is good. Game
And
day is pretty good, because you have
is it?
if you just because you've got bookmark. Game day plus bookmark is an actual combo which can draw you a decent amount of cards.
I guess maybe. I don't know, man. Game day is a double. So unless your
Yeah.
hand size, unless you were at 2 cards in hand or less, it's actually worse than just drawing cards.
Yeah, that's why you just put it all onto bookmark and then you draw all the cards. And
But bookmark
then
is 3,
2 clicks.
right?
Yeah. You can put as much as you want on it.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't have a limit. I'm not gonna draft things that make my MU go up. Sorry, my link go up. So Underworld Contact is almost certainly a dead card, especially if I'm Leela.
Yeah.
Uh, do I have anything hostageable? I've got Aaron Moran,
Aaron,
Joshua
Josh,
B, and that's about it. But that's pretty good. I think top row.
Aaron Moran is worth hostaging out early.
Yeah, that's why I said I got those two. I think top row is the correct answer because emergent creativity could help me in a pinch. Sack a
Mhm.
program, get a program, pitch a program from hand. Oh, if you had taken it, you could throw away a torch and get anything you like.
Well, this is true. Well, you could throw away your Dinosaurus and get your Knob Karee. Think about it like that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking top row because Armitage and Hostage are both really good, and emergent creativity is not a dead card.
Yep.
All right, top row confirm.
Cool.
Let me take a peek really quick over here at Twitch. Alrighty, we've got about 5-6 people watching. For any of you who are just joining, we are doing a grid draft. This is the grid draft website I've set up. The link I will flash in the chat really quickly over here is anrgriddraft.glitch.me. Come check it out, and yeah, always be running. Okie dokie. Am I first pick here?
You are indeed.
At last, something worthy of us. It's amazing how much worse second pick is.
Oh, really? There's a real significant downer.
I did not realize how much of a difference it makes, but it makes a huge difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 programs, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the only expensive thing I'm running is Knob Dino, so I don't need the personal workshop that badly. I don't want you to have it because admin on and torch on the personal workshop is a stim hacks nightmare waiting to happen. You are running a lot of expensive stuff, and not letting you have that would be hugely valuable. Daily casts and supplier is slow eco, but it is eco. Do I have my decoder already?
You've got an Abagnale.
Abagnale is solid. You don't need a lot better than that. I mean, Unity is better, but I'm not running both and being happy I have both. I don't
I've
want the
always liked
spike.
Abagnale.
Yeah, especially that one time in the game where you throw it away and it saves your day.
Wins you a game.
If I was drafting purely for myself, I would take Botulus Panweave. That would be the logical thing to do. That leans heavily into my I'm Leela. I'm going to keep hitting you in the head.
Yeah.
I would also consider Panweave daily casts because I'm poor.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm drafting specifically with a view of making your draft worse, giving you Botulus is a death sentence. It gives you five ways to invalidate ice. Right?
This is where you just go all assets, and then I I lose to assets.
No, because you have medium.
That is true.
You have the ability to make the game about R&D. I think the correct choice here. Let me take a quick peek at how little money I have, and then I can decide. La 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 la. I am broke as heck. I am broke as heck.
I think I've got 4 money cards, maybe 5 actually.
I would not be sad to get Personal Workshop with a Botulus. I would be very happy to have both those cards in my deck, especially since I'm thinking Knob Curie, Yusuf, and Botulus is such a great battery for those tokens. I don't want to leave Panweave and Daily Cast on the table, but I'm willing to do that potentially to have the Botulus in my deck. And Knob Curie gives me free MU for viruses, yeah? Yeah, so
Yes. Yeah.
even
So
more
Botress
loose into.
is
So at
very
this
good.
point, I'm kind of leaning into being a virus whore. So that makes sense. And I have Unity, so I've got decoders on lock. Yeah, left column confirmed.
Cool. Well,
Well,
that means, I mean,
not sure.
I was definitely looking at that botulus, so I was thinking top row because then it gives me spike, which is my one, like the only fractor. But I
Yep.
think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take middle column because I want the daily
Yep.
casts,
Yep.
and I also have sneaked or better, and I'm potentially Tau, and so Pan Weave becomes a whole lot better. Um, so I'm taking middle column.
Do you
That's confirmed.
sneak door? Does sneak door synergize with Penweave?
Oh
Hang on a
yeah.
second. Successful run on HQ versus breach of HQ.
I'm pretty sure it's maybe someone
Declared
in
successful. Change the attack server. Oh no, you are correct. It changes the attack server before the success.
yeah.
You are correct. Yeah, no, that is very good. I will give you middle column.
Lovely. Okay.
Next.
Ooh. Okay. We have some
New
money and some draw.
IDs.
We've got an ID.
And Sai.
Oh my word. But then I've got free decode. Like
For me, the
that's my
choice is
favorite decoder.
completely obvious. So
So
and
okay.
for you, the choice is completely obvious when you realize what it is. That I leave
So
as an
there,
exercise.
so it is pretty like firstly I've got David, so like having scavenge in my deck is amazing. Sure
Second,
gamble
you
is
have
just good.
Atman, so scavenge.
Yeah. And Sai is
Third, you
like
have no recursion, so
like
scavenge.
no good.
Sai can be
Um
repointed, scavenge.
is there anything like
And it
I
says sure gamble.
yeah, but I'd also be tempted by middle row, like genuinely. I don't really want Rainer, but I quite like Guinea Pig as a equal card.
You
I'm
probably
taking
don't want me to play. Sorry,
I'm taking the middle column though.
middle
100%.
column.
Yes.
Column.
So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
scavenge,
Agreed.
gamble, and whatever the last cut was. Oh, and Sai.
Sai,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm gonna take right column because I want guinea pig, and everything else is good enough.
First
Hernando
is good.
Cortez I can't have, and Reina is not worth building around at this stage of the game.
Fair.
Um,
I mean, interestingly, actually, like that left column has a lot of synergy.
oh yeah,
there's like
it's
to
just not the
itself.
synergy we were aiming for.
No.
Either of us was aiming for. Okay, now we're cooking with gas.
Ooh, 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 this one's a
I
fun
can't
one.
use this. I can't use this. I can maybe use this. The I let me read White Hat. Make sure I understand it correctly.
Oh, it's one of my
Play
favorite
only if you've made a
cards. Love
successful
White
run
Hat.
on a central server. Okay. Trace 3. Okay. If unsuccessful, choose 2 cards for you to get rid of. Oh, okay. So it's a if I have a lot of link or I'm rich, do pressure. But if I don't have a lot of link, it'll cost a lot of money to do a modest amount of pressure. And the pressure
Or
is
you
to
just
shuffle stuff back.
you play it to cause me like to cost me money. Like
But
I have to boost first.
yes, but it's a mutually assured destruction to the tune of at least 3 credits. If White has cost 3 credits to play, would I play it for a trace 0? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But then again, it's a pushing your luck thing. How badly do you want to keep your hand?
Mm.
The problem is telework contract is a snap choice. Absolutely yes for me. And special order, I'm strongly considering because I don't think I have anything that helps me find my breakers, but this helps me with not having a lot of card draw. Aesop's Pawn Shop can eat very little from my deck.
I don't know.
That's
You've
not
got a lot of
true.
zero. No, you've got a lot of
No, it
zeros,
can eat a lot of stuff. It can eat the bookmark. It can eat
and
the
you've got a
personal
fan
workshop.
site.
It can eat the fan site. It can eat. And do I? The problem is I'm going to be giving up Imp if I don't take Imp, and Imp
Mm.
basically turns me into a virus monster, which I already am threatening to be. I think money makes the world go round, and I don't have a lot of it. So I'm going to take the right column, telework contract, and Aesop's Pawn Shop. And
Yeah,
I noticed there's an eater in there. That's interesting.
I think that's pretty
Up
good.
to you.
So I mean, I really don't feel like I need more ways of invalidating ice, but I'm tempted to take the. I think I'm probably taking the security nexus, just to really go down that sort of.
Makes sense to me. You have Link
Um,
built into that, right?
I've got Link built into that, and I don't have a console so far. I am Tau, which works well with Sec Nexus, and I get daily casts if I take it because I'm taking
You have
the
2 daily
column.
casts? Man, I'm
Yeah.
leaving a lot of money behind. So right now in the draft, I think you are ahead. Like, just being straight. I have a lot of cheaper cards, but I don't feel like I have as strong a games plan. Your left column?
Uh, I'm left column. I'm
Okay.
locking that one in.
Next grid.
Okay.
Chevron, extra
Ooh.
David. Ugh, well, now we have the console.
Ooh, I've only. Do I want to take a second, David? I mean, I like I could take the DDoS just to even more invalidate your ice. Um, I mean, Desperado seems too good not to take. Mining Accident seems really, really good. I think I'm snap taking the bottom row here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems correct.
yeah, that's done.
I will take the middle row. Um, 0 is my only card draw. Basalar Synth Gland is incredibly good in my deck because it's
Yep.
incredibly good in draft format. And DDoS is one of the only tricks I have that says, too bad, I'm in. Haha.
You also potentially have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have a 9-click turn at your disposal currently.
Duh? Oh, I have a hyperdriver.
You've got a
Yeah,
Hyperdriver plus a Joshua B plus a Basilisk Synth Gland. Like, if there's
that
any
is
way
true.
which you can exploit that, that is scary as
My
all heck.
resources are modestly need to stay in play. That's it. There's no resource I'm playing that's once I play this, I need it to stay down except neutralize all threats. So I can potentially discard all of my resources and go tag me, or Aaron Marin my Joshua B for a couple turns.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually I do have more synergy than I'm giving myself credit for. You remember how you had Torch?
Yeah. I'm
Well,
not
there's a
playing Torch.
yeah, but do you see how there's a kit on the board?
Oh, wait, I haven't gone to next grid.
Oh, I just did.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, but I've
So,
also got
do you remember how
size.
you were playing Torch?
Um,
Let me take another look at Knob Curie and decide if I want to go Grimoire. Because then I would have 2 console copies of my console, which is actually really good for
that is
if you
true.
actually want
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you can actually
Knob
get some
Curie, use
consistency.
the MU. The first time you make a successful run each turn, you can virus counter every turn. Versus when you install a virus program, you get 1, 2 MU, but all-purpose MU, half the cost. And the new rules are that you can install a new console without formally trashing your old one, correct?
You over install it, yeah. So
Correct. Like, the
you
old rules, you were
may
not allowed to do that.
yeah,
So
you can
new
do
rules are
that in
good.
new rules. You just have to be aware of MU because there will be a point where you drop the MU from your console. So
Interesting. So they count that middle phase when you're out of MU.
yeah.
Good to know. Two.
I think that's pretty like I can see that being pretty decent, and you can potentially have a stim hack with it as well, which
Yeah,
feels
I really don't want to give you the SMC because I feel like your deck struggles to find what it needs to find when it needs to find it. And I feel like an SMC in your hands is a free David whenever you want it, or a
mm,
free Atman whenever you want it. And that's a lot of power. But on the other hand, a stim hack personal workshop is kind of a dream come true.
oh, you do have the personal workshop, don't you? Yeah, that's
And it's kind of hard to not consider that. Um, I'm also trying to lose core damage to the +1 click, but core damage is a resource until proven otherwise. So, or is it Gachapon? Set aside the top 6 cards, get a program.
oh, according to someone in my stream, with
Mhm.
consoles, you actually wind up with more MU for an instant when both are installed before the old one is trashed. Goes the other way. I did not know that. Thank you, Lucas.
So it's like you have Lucas in your stream? Nice.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, it's like that would make sense. It would be the equivalent of the legend rule in Magic. Both of them are on the board temporarily, and then only one of them persists.
That's fair. Okay, what are you thinking here?
It's
Two good
tough. I mean,
options.
I'm thinking left column or left or top row, and I'm just trying to decide between those. I'm not eager enough to take SMC for myself without a stim hack to make use of it. I like the concept of having a backup console a lot. Penumbral Toolkit does what now? It's just money when you need it.
It's
Yeah.
stealth money, and did you pick
No,
up? Did
I
you
don't
pick
have
up?
stealth.
Yeah, you've got MU Safecracker. That is technically stealth. There you go.
I suppose it's true.
There's your.
How bad would giving you kit be, considering that you have a 2-credit code gate breaker at your disposal? You know what? If you are kit, it means you're not Tau. So I'm going to take the left column.
Okay.
Because I would be okay with you being kit and not being Tau.
So I was happy with all your choices until you started saying you were going to take the top row, because I was like, if you take the middle row and you take the SMC, that's fine because I can have the Gachapon. I'll happily take the Gachapon over the SMC to have the stim hack as well. I think I do want to have kit. I like the idea of having Tau as well, so that's going to be like quite tricky, but I have 2 incredibly powerful, technically 3 incredibly powerful decoders.
Mm-hmm.
But I already have a lot of ways of breaking ice. But the middle column doesn't get me. I mean, it gets me Gachapon, which is good. I love Deus Ex because I've got a soft spot for it. And Satcon, I don't think I have any way of really being able to abuse Satcon here.
Just getting a comment in chat. Yes, we've each drafted a couple IDs. I've taken Alice Merchant and Leela Patel, of which I'm really considering the Leela. And Ba has taken Baramu or Ba. What do I call you?
Either. Okay. I don't mind.
Baramu has taken Tau, which it's pretty clear he's going to play, but he's offered Kit, and Kit available to him in his deck right now is Cyber Cipher, as well as Torch and Yago. So big ass code gate breaker, free code gate breaker, incredibly easy to reposition, and cheap code gate breaker comes with an SMC to position it. Also has scavenge somewhere when I look for events. By the way, I just this morning figured out how I was going to get it to sort by type as well as by subtype and keyword. And I'm looking at your list, and it's actually working. So it's very, very cool.
I'm going to take the right column because I think
that's the correct choice.
I also get to play Kit with more influence. Like I get to play Kit with unlimited influence, and like that's the dream, right?
Look at the next board. Look at the next board.
Who's
There's
first
no
here?
wrong choices.
Oh my word! We've got Laguna.
There's no wrong choices.
There's a Symbol chip in here. Oh,
wait, there's a Symbol chip? There's a Bugalter and a Proco and a Laguna and a Marklar and a Blueberry Diesel and a Revolver and a Boog and a Cat's Cradle and a Devil's Charm. Actually, no matter what you pick, I'm happy with a row or column that's left.
Yeah.
Are you taking any column but the middle? I'll happily take your Proco Blueberry Diesel Symbol chip. Are you taking any row other than the bottom? I'll take the bottom or the middle. Either run. So do your worst. I'm set. Proco Laguna being on the diagonal is awesome.
Yeah. I think the right choice here, based on what I've got, I do not need any more breakers at all. I don't have a Fractor. I don't care. I have a million other ways to deal with ice right now. So
this is why you're a better player than me. I'd be like, I'm still missing my Fractor.
That's correct. I don't have any way of abusing Devil Charm because otherwise I'd be tempted by this bottom row.
Yogg protection?
Yogg is all right.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist the joke. At the stage you're in, you have 4 decoder options with repositioning. Yeah. I think by the grace of God, you'll live.
No, again, I don't need
You
bringers.
could
I'm
take
taking the middle
you could
column.
take the cat's cradle. Now
I
we're
do
talking.
not want the cat's cradle. I'm
You're
taking the
taking the middle.
Simul chip,
That
blueberry,
is,
and I want the Proco. So
I
I'm
was
taking the middle
sincerely
column.
hoping you would not take the symbol chip and the Proco. So
No,
good job.
I,
You
I,
you know you've picked the right thing when your opponent's reaction in their head or in the action is ugh, as opposed
oh,
to good. Now here's the fun part. Take a look at my breakers and tell me how many killers I have.
you've got a fairy so far, I think.
I think I only have a fairy with no recursion. And I am Leela. So
Mhm.
I probably want that pretty badly. Economically, I don't know if I'm high enough to be able to afford a 5-drop to click for 2 cards. But in case I don't draw, the Earthrise 4-drop gets a few cards. I probably want that. Devil Charm could bail me out once, but it's not important.
Yeah, we haven't seen any.
And I'm happy with Yusuf as it is. I don't think I'm installing Yusuf and Muckler.
No.
Muckler is terrible. Yeah, I don't think I'm installing Muckler. So functionally, yeah, this is interesting actually. So because grid drafting is grid drafting. Oh, hang on a second. I'm seeing a question. I just want to address this real quick. Um, will there be same algorithm for the corp side? To be fair, I'm waiting for a match. Yes, we draft corp and runner same way. Let's go with right column, I'd say.
Okay.
Uh right column confirmed. Yeah. I'm not playing all of those cards, but I'm happy to have them all. All
Good.
right, we're almost there. And
Oh, there's some spice
what
in
a
here.
power board.
There
What
is
a
some
power board.
spice in here.
I don't want to leave you any of this stuff, but I don't
No.
want to leave it away from myself. Cash is super good for me. Diversion is super good for me. Credit kiting is super good for me. Except that I don't have a lot of great targets. Oh, a card, not a program or
Yeah.
hardware.
Any card.
That's good. Levy is, of course, amazing. Reaver is good. I don't want to leave you an Aesop's pawn shop if I don't have to, but I think I might have to. I'm just going to say F it and take middle row in the interest
Wow.
both of speeding up the.
I
What's wrong?
did not expect you to take that. I did not expect you to take that.
I really want to keep both the diversions in my game so that I can get them both off.
That is true. You like
And I
double
can
diversion.
and being able to levy all of that stuff back is probably the only way
I
that my
just
Aesop
expected you
wins.
to take the bottom for the cash and the reaver, but maybe that's wrong.
No.
Um,
Reaver would be fun, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to set it up. And all that Reaver does is draw me cards, but I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish things that do that. So it's not
there.
critical. I can
Right.
always click for an extra card. I can't click to get all my cards back.
That is true. I'm going to take the right-hand column with Aesops and Reaver in it.
Naturally. And the final grid. Oh my god, are
Okay.
you serious?
Hello,
Are
hello,
you
artist
serious?
colony, and Stimhack and Into the Depths. I think I'm taking that just mainly to stop you taking that because
Yeah, that's why I'm sad. Everything in there is gas, 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 and more gas, except the Gabali that you're leaving behind.
yeah, but I'd be tempted. Like I kind of want the Kamali, but then again, I've got
That's what
enough
I'm saying is you're leaving
other
behind the
stuff.
Gabali, but yeah,
Uh,
it's your call if you want to do that or not.
no, I'm just taking the left-hand column straight up. I don't want you to have the
Artist
artist column.
Colony? Yeah, I
No.
have at least 3 good targets for it, and it's Aesopable. I don't need anything that I'm seeing here. I don't want to take excess core damage from running hot. Prog Q, Concerto. Nothing here is exciting. What is Leave No Trace? Make a run when the run ends. Derez all the ice. That's a
That's
crappy
pretty
inside
good for
job.
yeah, but that's
Uh,
pretty good when
I
you've
think I
got
take right column.
diversions.
I think I take right
Yeah,
column, and I'm Gabali plus Leave No Trace. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay,
safe.
that is grid 16. That's our last plus sign. Export lists to TXT. Save as. And I don't know if you guys are seeing this functionality or not, but for any of you following at home, that is what we're doing here. So pair one list, runner. I will save it as that. Um, technically I should probably look at your list closelier, but I think part of the point of this is that we're doing what we're doing right here, so I'm not going to go out of my way to study your list. I think a timer per grid draft round is another way to play this game. I would totally dig it to do this where you have 15 seconds per grid and
Yeah,
have to keep that
I
pace
like that. I think that would
or
be
something
really
like that.
fun in terms of we could work that in for a second time some point.
I am copy pasting my current list into a cube draft runner on Jinteki.net. When I remove the excess ID, I find that I have a 46 card deck with a 40 card minimum. So constructing the actual deck should not take more than a couple minutes, especially since I had to draft at least 3 duds, right? So
Yeah,
in theory, this is a quick build later on. I'm pretty sure Eater only works with diversion of funds and literally
yeah, but
nothing else in my deck.
it works with you've got 2 diversions and a levy, and you have Eater. I think that's like good enough, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. So, are you set on setting up your deck?
I've got like 44 cards.
So yeah,
Um,
so you've got to cut 4. I've got to cut 6. That should not
yeah,
be hard. All right. Click for next cube,
yeah.
and then
So
load cube. We're still MopusOcalypse.
yeah,
Okie
I'm
dokie.
starting with psychographics down to data pike.
Same. Uh, all right. Let's get drafting, and I will, for the interest of time, try to keep the draft a little smoother. It's not smoother, but quicker.
Yeah, we can
A
whiz
little
through this one,
quicker.
I reckon.
A little quicker. Not super quicker, just a little quicker. Shit, I like everything. That's my problem. I like everything every time, and then I can't pick. Um, I don't think I care that much about. Yeah, I'm gonna take the middle column here and take Oaktown Pup with a side attack.
Yeah, that's what I would have taken as well.
Whew. It is very
I
reassuring to hear that. Makes me feel like I made less wrong choices.
I quite like the Zato, and Data Pike is a decent code gate,
Okie dokie. Right
which is
column.
end runs. So I'll take right column.
Okay, next grid. First pick you.
All right. Oh, here's the hive. Look, I might have to take that just to stop you taking it because I don't have a good way of breaking it. I also have a cerebral, and I could take a Junebug and a seamless and Kakugo. Regolith Pad Campaign seems really good with a paper trail to trash your. This one's tricky actually. This is genuinely
And
hard.
the phrase "that one's tricky" is why grid drafting is fun.
I might. I like the idea of seamless launch Kakugo Junebug, just because I already have one of a trap, and Kakugo is like mean. I like the idea of the money in the middle. I could go Kakugo red level. Now I'm going to take the middle row. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to take middle row.
Middle row is what I wanted, so good on you.
Nice.
So let's decide how much am I going for suffering and how much am I going for joy. I think if I'm trying to win the game, I take the top row. If I'm trying to finance the game, I go with middle. Hive is quite bad for you. Seamless makes that 1-4-2 much more scoreable. Paper Trail is not a great agenda, but Pad Campaign is really good. I don't want to take Junebug Cortex Lock. Although that
Cortex
might
looks decent. Cortex looks.
not against Tau and not
Mm,
against Kit. Kit runs into it and says, I have a breaker for that. Tau
true.
runs into it and says, next time I'm going to put that on a server where it's useless to you. And both times you're sad. I like Cortex Lock as an ice. I just don't think it's going to work against either of your runners particularly well.
That's fair.
I don't want to leave behind Seamless Launch. I don't want to leave behind Pad Campaign. Pad campaign is slow money, but it is money, and I don't have any of that. Yeah, top row, seamless and agenda, and hive.
I think that's fair.
In case I don't get more.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right, next grid. Oh, this is obvious. Jen is toll booth. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Does GFI do? Oh, yeah, no, GFI does do something. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a low influence, but it doesn't matter. But no, that's not what it does.
I think I know what I'd take here. I think. So if you don't take it, I'm taking it. I'll just snap take it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with. It's either middle row or middle column, and I'm trying to decide which I like better, money or protect my agenda one turn. And I'm leaning towards a middle row because even if you steal it, it's a side game to steal, which is really good up until it's installed. I'm gonna find more money later. So yeah, middle row.
As
What's
in
your snap?
GFI.
Sorry, column, middle column, middle
Oh,
column.
middle column. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking middle column. And then if you went for anything else, I was going to go for bottom row. But now,
Bottom row's really good.
yeah, but without the agenda, it's not so great.
And
Do I
that
want
was
the
kind of the hope.
toll booth? Toll booth is maybe worth it. So the ping toll
Remember,
booth.
you have one Jackson Howard and infinity priority requisition. Well, 5 priority
Yeah.
requisitions.
I'm gonna take the bottom row, the ping and the toll booth.
Okie dokie.
Okay, I can take a 6-2 in this one.
Oh,
That's
snap
fun.
choice.
Oh, this is rough. Oh, but Breaker Bay with Cali testing seems really nice. Mario Messi is actually a decent ice in this format, but I don't think I want anything else. Am I really taking mandatory upgrades as a thing here?
I mean, don't kid me yourself. I loved mandatory upgrades. Mushin, Notion, Man-Ups, and Win the Game was one of my favorite decks. But it's heads I win with Man-Ups, tails you lose with Cerebral Overrider.
Yeah. I like Spiderweb. True, I do have some traps actually. I have at least one trap.
And you have Zato. You have one. Get out.
I'm going to take the middle, but Zato's a region, and that doesn't go with Breaker Bay. I'm going to take middle column. Done.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm choosing between right column and top row at this point. And I'm leaning towards top row because
Yeah, Spiderweb's good.
Anson Rose is very situational. Right column. Right column's interesting, actually. How much does a 1 sub barrier buy me relative to a 3 sub that costs twice as much? Considering that I have 0 money. Yeah, well, whatever. For the time being, we're going with top row.
Top row. Square, Junebug. Cool.
It is my
All
pick.
right. You've got Brainstorm and Snare to choose from here.
So let's see what I'm doing here. I've got Mad. I've got NBN Reality Plus.
Ooh, you do have Mad. I need to bear that in mind. That with R plus seems.
I could go Outfit, actually. That would be much more fun, but I need to get Synergy for that to count. I don't have it. Could go Brainstorm, but I predict Brainstorm is just utterly garbage against you.
Blood in the Water is a mental agenda to draft here.
Yeah, but not without the snare.
It's
still really good, but without the snare, it's much worse.
If that was one space higher, so you could get snare.
That's obvious. Urban Blood? Oh my god, yes. Also, remember that my deck is going to take 3 core damage on purpose.
Oh, that's true.
So, not necessarily, but potentially. Which means I'm going to be putting myself at the point of giving you a 2-2 if I leave that on the board. Potentially. I think As much as I am loath to leave it behind a snare, no, if I'm so loath to do it, then F it. I'm taking it. I'm taking the middle row. I'm taking a snare, I'm taking an urban renewal, and I'm taking an Elizabeth Mills. Yes, all of
Fine.
those. And I'm
I'm
giving you a wraparound and a blood in the water.
That's fine because I was worried you were going to take the wraparound because it's actually a bit of an issue for me. Because
I
I don't have a fractor to install.
but I have a spider web and I have a hive already.
That is true. Yeah,
It would be
actually,
my.
like
I'm gonna get more, but I've got a couple already.
I might be in trouble there. I think I'm taking the bottom. I have a ping, which is the only thing which might be like end of a line. End
I
of a
just
line,
realized I
blood in the
flipped off the
water.
chat. Let me flip back on a chat real quick.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Do I just want the ice? Cheap ice seems decent. I'm going to take bottom row.
Yep, that is the correct choice. No questions. Ugh.
Okay. Ah, here we have
Wow.
a
Are you
hedge fund.
serious? I feel like you've gotten much better grids than I have. Maybe I'm just being petty, but
Oh
that's
my
just what it
gosh,
feels
there's a
like.
Sensi. There's an accelerated diagnostics in it. Like this is the most broken card in the
And remember,
world.
you keep Jackson on purpose.
And I could have that in a drafter. I think
And
that's
drafters
just
super good.
way too good here. Yeah, I'm taking the right column.
So we've got a glitch here. Executive retreat was not supposed to be in the cube.
Interesting.
It's one of the agendas that was included just to pad out the points so that Netrunner DB would accept it. But I probably didn't carve out an exception for it because it is a legal agenda. They also included the campaign agendas from Terminal Directive, and I carved out an exception in the code so they wouldn't be included. So I need to take a quick note. No, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm not going to carve out an exception because if somebody else's cube includes it on purpose, this would break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're fine. And besides, the middle column is my choice. Hedge fund, psychic, and executive retreat.
Fine.
It's
Okay.
let's see the next.
Well, you get to potentially pick a claim suffrage movement here.
That I do. Okay, I need to pause and decide how much of a Jinteki I really am. Because as of now, I have Future Perfect Snare, Psychic Field Junebug, Urban Renewal, Red Herrings. Running on my stuff is scary. I've got a Breach Dome if I want it, along with a Clone Suffrage movement, which gives me more ops, and I have decent ops and a kill shot. But leaving PE behind is saddening. What am I rocking agenda-wise, though? 2-pointer, 2-pointer, 3-pointer, 3-pointer. It's not nearly as synergistic as it would be otherwise. And I gave you the blood in the water. So, yeah. This is not the first big board I wanted, not going to lie to you. Not the first
Colossus
big
is
board.
decent if you're sticking it with R+. Gives a tag.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't like 10 in here. I think I take middle column. So Breach Dome through Clone Suffrage.
Yep.
Confirm.
I think I want PE because I've got a lot of things which work pretty well with it so far.
So you're going PE, Naja?
I think so because I don't want P and 10 in best defense. You do actually have a lot of zeros. You've got a lot of zero cost cards in your runner.
That
I
is true.
remember that. Were any of them like I don't like I could kill your bookmark if you actually put stuff on it, which is hilarious.
Dun dun dun.
Maybe that's
And
better.
this is
Like
magically
maybe
good at instant speed.
I mean there's also there's a 10 and Colossus kind of work together, but
You can also take the entire left row and left column and then not worry about ice for the rest of the draft.
Yeah. I mean, annoyingly, like I want the data loop as well. Like the data loop.
Correct. Data loop
with
plus PE is very good.
And data loop plus blood and water, which I have, is very good. Data loop plus Kakugo is very good. I wonder if I take the data loop and the best defense. PE just seems like. Is it going to 5-0? No, because I'm going to have big agendas. I don't think PE is useful enough. I'm going to take the wild play of data loop, best defense. Done.
Yeah,
Locked
agreed.
in.
Because you're going to get a better identity sooner.
Oh,
Later.
piss. I mean,
What?
like, there's a Bacata on the next page.
Oh, who cares? Look at the other stuff. Like, think how boned you
Yeah.
would be if you had chosen PE and left behind this stuff.
Yeah, but I could have had PE with Obokata and Pricek. That's
Okay, that's fair.
ridiculous.
That's fair.
Okay, but I still think I probably take the Obokata and Pricek because it works with everything else. I kind of want the Atlas would be good. Oh my gosh, everything here is really good. I don't know if I want to leave you just scorched.
He's on to me.
You've got mutually assured destruction, you've got a snare, you can potentially be R plus. Scorched is scary. Do I want Celeb Gift Obo Scorched or do I want Ultraviolet Pricek Obo? I think they're the two best choices. I think it's hard.
Oh, Zero, you're the best. Breach Dome, ass. Psychic Field, ass. Project Junebug, ass. Urban Renewal, ass. Elizabeth Mills, ass. And here's the fun part. If you asked me, is Elizabeth Mills an ass? I would say, oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Is Junebug an ass? Oh yeah. Is Psychic
Pretty
Field
much
an ass? Oh
all
my
of those
god. Is
cards are
Breach Dome an
asses.
ass? Yes. Is Snare an ass?
I'm going to take the right hand column. I don't want you to have the
No! Oh my god.
I can't give it to you. You're not.
This is so. I was sure you were taking middle row,
I
and
was sure until I thought that.
top row, and then that's perfect. Because it's got money and two really good agendas to score.
Mm-hmm.
But now I have to make choices, hard choices. Like, which kid do I keep? Okay, let me take another look at Ultraviolet. I remember it's terrible, but I don't remember why.
No, Ultraviolet's good.
It's only if you have the right deck for it. In a generic deck that isn't like built to use it well, it's very expensive, and it's user. Yeah, there we go. This is why. Because by the time you've drawn 4 cards, you've probably overdrawn by 2 or 3. You only get to put down one of them. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. The reason everyone remembers it being amazing is because you get to keep all 4 cards because your hand size is 14 because you're playing Cerebral Imaging.
That's true. But that's fine. You can just put your Breach Dome and your Future Perfect in the bin. So, like, you're fine.
I think either left column or middle column is the correct choice here, and I'm just trying to decide which one. Giving the runner a tag is so good if I stick with R+, that it's hard to say no to. Ikawa is scoreable, but at that point, I'm looking at a 5-3, a 5-3, a 4-2, and a 4-2, and I'm leaving behind Project Atlas, which is just bad in no deck. Beanstalk is good money, Ultraviolet's good money, and at this point I have 0 operations for money. I have a single hedge fund for money. So yeah, I kind of think middle column is the fun stuff, and left column is the you need it stuff. And I'm trying to decide whether I should go with what I need or what I want. And this is why the draft is taking long, because I'm thinking about it so much. See, this is where a 30-second countdown would make all the difference.
Yeah, you need the pressure.
And at that point, you would feel like you made bad decisions, but that's the game, as opposed to I could have analyzed it more. I'm definitely an analysis paralysis kind of guy. I think, do I just take none of them? I'll take Beanstalk, Ultraviolet, and Atlas.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Price tag makes me feel good, but putting down a naked Atlas that you don't steal wins me the game. So, yeah.
Okay.
Next, we've got all the fun stuff.
We've got a completely useless agenda. ID even. Like,
I don't know, man. In this
How much
Oh, they
next?
have to be in your hand.
They have to
Forget
be
it.
next dice.
They
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be in your hand. No, it doesn't. They don't have to be next ice. Any ice, but they have to be in your
Oh,
hand.
is it any? Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I thought you could search your deck for 3 ice at first, and I was like, that's super good. But no, it's if you happen to draw 3 ice in your opening hand, it's very good value, and then you're done for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Problem with Sundew is I don't think I can protect it long enough to make it worth it against Tau or Kit with we get in once anywhere mechanics. Problem with advanced assembly lines is that I don't have a lot that's worth installing with it necessarily. Problem with sub message is you're running every turn. So I think the correct answer here is either going to be left column or top row because Sundew Eli is very strong. And I have plenty of annoying ice that would make you not want to go and trash something, but willing to do it. And Eli is super good for annoying ice. Unfortunately, it means I draft a dead slot, but that's okay. I give up Game Changer. That's bad. But we're
I
doing
don't
it.
think Game Changer is going to be. I feel like Game Changer is not going to be great.
Okay, I'm going to take left. Sorry, not left. I'm taking top row, Eli and Sundew. And I guess there's something else in between.
I would have done either that or the DEFCON. I'm going to take Arc Lockdown
Yep.
and Advanced Assembly Lines because you have
okay.
Levy.
Very good.
So the middle row.
I agree. Next.
Okay. Oh, Yakov is great. Hunter Seeker could be very mean.
This is the obvious
off-world
choice.
15 minutes.
Obvious choice. We'll see what he takes, but I'm betting you he'll take that. So then if he does that, do I go here, 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 here? This is a good board.
I'm taking the right column.
There you go. That's the obvious choice. I agree. And not just for hate drafting purposes either.
Yeah, because you've got Seamless, haven't you? So I don't want you to get that off world.
Search R&D for an asset, reveal it. If it didn't say reveal it, Executive Boot Camp would have been such a nice pickup. Because is it a trap? Is it fun? Is it bad? You don't know. Could be. I'm leaning left column here. I haven't made up my mind quite yet. Top row is not without its charms.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I have any trashables that Yakov really cares about. Let me double check. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. All of them.
Yeah, I think you've got
Question:
you have plenty.
If I overinstall a card, does that count as trashing it?
Whenever you root this protection except during it. No, because it specifically says except during installation.
I'm so glad I didn't read to the end. That was my fault. Yeah, there's not a lot of good stuff here. It's not going to fire very well. Let me. Sorry, I have to think what this combos with. It combos with Urban. It combos with CSM. It doesn't combo with Elizabeth Mills. It combos with Sundew. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish things it combos with really well. Combos with Red Herrings. I probably get 2 credits off of it, maybe 4. That's not bad. That's actually quite okay.
I think you draw anything else that you can put on it, and it's suddenly
Caduceus doesn't tag you, so it's not that great because if you're stuck on it, you just pay through it. So I'm taking the top row, Daily Business Show, and Yakov.
Okay.
You know everything I just said? Forget everything I just said. My game plan is set now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you are I'm pretty sure I know what you're taking
here. I think we need to take Helheim Servers, Echo Chamber, and Maryland. I mean, clearly that's the choice.
Okay, right? I'm locking that in for you. I've locked it in.
No. Oh my god. The reason we're both laughing our asses off, for those of you who only play standard, is this. The runner cannot run on remote servers. Ignore this ability until the end of the turn whenever the runner runs on a central server. Functionally, run my centrals before you run my remotes. It makes Sundew and Breachstone and Psychic Field and Junebug and the one agenda servers so hard to run because your first click is spent running on my centrals. It also burns Kit's ability if you put a code gate elsewhere, because yeah, okay, you ran and turned my central ice into code gates, then you had to go to my remote. So that ID is way better for me than if I tag you, I get some credits, but I don't have a lot of means of doing that anyway. And Pulse is click-throughable, but click-throughable is a lot more painful now. Boom gives me a mad boom win, potentially.
Well, that's
Which
true. And then
otherwise I don't have.
You can go horizontal.
And trash
You'll
the
be
top
able
2
to.
cards of R&D, then shuffle up to 4 cards from archives into R&D. And genotyping says, yes, you medium trashed my boom, but I wasn't ready for it anyway. Now I am, so I'm going to get it back. Bottom row is really the way to go. Middle column is sexy, but I'm taking bottom row. Done.
I think that's 100% right. And now I'm really scared because
It's amazing how Grid 11 changed everything.
I
did
hate
not
playing against RP.
Let me be clear. I hate RP with a passion back when it's constructed. I think non-constructed RP with one Sundew, one Snare, one Breach Dome will be a lot less scary.
Oh, 100%.
I think.
Right, I'm taking the middle row. I want the ice.
No question. Those are all good ice, and you got all of them. And normally I would have interrupted that, but I'm not giving up RP. Oh my god. Can I get first pick here also? Like, please?
Nope. Absolutely not.
So there's no way I'm getting that middle column then. Just making sure. Because Phylotic Entanglement is a game winner. Mental Health Clinic is a game winner. Imitsubako is the only barrier I can reposition against your bullshit nanigans.
But I also don't want you to have the NGO front, because that's one of the best things that combos with
RP and
with
Yakov.
Adonis is also really good for you, but Mental Health Clinic will be great for you. Do I want the Philotic? I think I do want the Philotic.
You want it, and you want me not to have. Actually, you know, we're focusing on little things, but if you look at your agenda suite and you look at my agenda suite, I don't have an agenda suite.
I'm definitely taking the Philotic here,
and you do.
I think
so. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't want you to have increased hand size, because I've got blood in the water. Like,
yeah, you don't care about that. It's not going to be that I'm floating 6 cards. It's going to be that you've hit me with a bunch of damage, whether it's Oboe or are you PE? I forget. I don't think you got PE.
I didn't get PE. Yeah. So do
whether
I
it's
have an ID?
Oboe or the... No, I don't see an identity, which is allowed. I mean, you can always play generic, but...
it's tricky. Do I have anything which I can... I do have one... I do have a Scorched Earth, so maybe I take the top row, because Funhouse is good. The Funhouse is good. The Archive Memories is good. I'm taking the top row. Okay,
that helps me a lot, actually. Now I don't have to worry about deciding to be RP because I have one of the best RP... NBN. Hasties, and just also start to trash the top card of R&D, draw 3 cards, add 3 cards from HQ to the top of R&D in any order. No, that's not going to work.
I think you're taking...
Yeah, I think it's obviously bottom row.
Bottom row. It's 100% bottom row.
I mean, you can make the argument about other stuff, but no, especially if we're on a timer, that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
This
you've got
interesting.
You've got a cool RP tool here.
I do?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
Prana's awesome in RP.
It is? I thought it was terrible. Hang on while I figure out if you're joking. No. I'm very much in line with Andre's way of thinking about Prana Condenser. In most situations where you have this, you'd rather not use it.
I don't know. I've played some pretty mean Prana decks in the past.
Again, do I have the means of causing net damage? Like, at all?
Maybe that's true.
Oh, pardon me 1 second. I'm going to go off mic.
Sure. Okay, meanwhile, while Bounty Hunter's off mic, I am going to hope that I maybe get to take the middle row here. A, I want the Rashida, and B, I want the Gargarin, because I don't have an ID yet. I don't have that many assets, but I feel like even just taxing him 1 credit to run the server each time is probably pretty mean. And Inazuma is actually like could be really mean ice, even just with an end run. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for, I think, here. And we'll see if I get to take it. I would kind of assume I'm not going to get a Rashida here, and that Bounty Hunter probably takes the left-hand column. If he's
Sorry
playing
about
RP,
that. I am back,
no worries.
and it was mercifully not a bad enough page that I have to run, so that's always a good thing.
Well, I've been conjugating
here's
what I think you're going to take.
Oh, don't tell me. I'm
not
super
saying.
curious. I'm super curious if don't say anything. I'm curious if. So here's the deal. Your joke about Prana Condenser aside, I don't think I even cause enough net damage to make it worthwhile. I might pay me back for a Snare, Breach Dome, Psychic Field, or Junebug one day, but if I'm actually doing those things, I don't care about preventing the damage. I want to slow you down. No, I think that the correct play here is to deny you Gargarin because you don't have an identity yet. And keeping you off an identity significantly lowers your power level, and there's only 2 more grids left after this, right? So there's a high probability of that. If I've decided that I'm denying you Gargarin, then I'm not taking Eve Campaign. Eve Campaign fits my horizontal RP strategy very nicely. I'd like to take the left column and have Sprint, Rashida, and Eve. So I have to make the decision if keeping you off Gargarin is more important than keeping me on Eve. And I think it might be. Rashida is super good in RP because if I place a face down card in a remote and you're like, is that the Psychic, Snare, Junebug, Breach Dome, daily business nonsense? Or is it something that's going, or is it a Rashida? You might just leave it alone, right? So my inclination is to take the middle row. The only other thing to think about is Inazuma any good to me at all? So I'm going to quickly check my ice, and the answer is probably no. Do I have no ice? Holy cow, how did I only draft 4 ice this whole game? 5 ice this whole game.
You are ice light at the moment.
I could consider taking the right column just for the sake of having something to actually keep you out. But that would be bad for me because I remember you have plenty of one-off tricks to deal with the Chiashi, and I don't think you're on an AI plan. So yeah, middle row: Rashida, Gargarin, and Inazuma. Rashida for me, Inazuma kind of, and Gargarin for not for you.
Well, that was exactly what I wanted. I said that you'd take the left-hand column, and I hadn't considered the fact that you would hate draft me out of taking Gargarin.
Yes. Okay, good. I was worried you were going to say that I was clearly a bad call. I mean, you don't have, in fairness, a ton of asset spam at your disposal that makes it critical or anything like that. But the 1 credit tax to check even a single remote repeatedly is a big deal, right? Yeah. And you have Regalith and you have Sensi Union.
So here, I think I'm gonna take.
But your Ice Suite is so good.
I mean, I'm tempted to take the top row because the Prana does work pretty well with the Kakugo, which I've got.
It does.
Hilariously, it's
very good with Kakugo. It's good with Oboe. It's good with.
I just don't need any more barriers. So like the Chiashi is a bit much, but
no. The Chiashi is dead in your hand until the time that it's relevant, and then you can decide to use it.
I'm taking top row.
Yeah, I think you are correct.
Okay,
we see. Okay, thank God. This was the one time where it was a high probability of you first picking the ID and me being boned for having hate drafted it. You'll have one more opportunity on grid 16, and if I can keep you out till then, you don't get an ID.
I get to pick first here, right?
Correct.
This is very easy. I'm taking the middle column.
Azef, I agree. Trick of Light, I agree. Ike, I agree. Wow, cool.
Super easy.
I like Nico. I like Eula. I don't much care for Wormhole. Fairchild exists, but Fairchild is 2 credits to get through. It's actually a worse pup.
Still 2 credits. It's 2 credits. It can blank my kit ability.
You have the ability to Kongamato.
You know, oh my gosh, Bounty Hunter!
I think I'm taking hilarious.
Yeah, so if you take bottom row, you may have very little ice, but all of your ice is barriers.
Wait.
And
I took
as
bottom row. Wait. Ha! I have a
like
bump and an Inazuma.
you the entirety of your ice suite is barriers, and I do
If you
not
didn't know
have a
better, you think I
fracture.
did it on purpose, but I didn't. I swear.
Absolutely
Oh,
hilarious.
there's a government takeover. Okay. Okay. We have to decide if I'm on government takeover or not. The answer is obviously no, but it's hilarious to even consider. I don't want biotic labor since I have no 3/2s at all, except Atlas, I guess. Um. Oh my god, this is a terrible board for me.
No, I somewhat
One,
disagree
two,
based on
three,
what you
four,
need.
five, six, 7. I could take the bottom row, get 3 ice, including 2 low range ices, but they're both code gates, which is the worst kind to take. I could take the top row. I have the ability to bankrupt you. I have the ability to purge your medium, and I have the ability to fast advance out a critical. Why am I talking about this? Yeah, top row. Top row. It's
Damn,
weird because
I really wanted that Cyberdex virus too.
the only other
Um,
thing to consider would have been left column, Cyberdex plus government takeover, and run agenda light and just not score out. But I have a strange feeling that actually getting a kill off is going to be very hard. So,
I have
yeah.
no money, but I'm
Click for
a
credits,
tiny,
celebrity
yeah,
gift, no problem.
a tiny
What
little
I
bit of
find,
me wants to take the government.
you did end up getting Eve plus Baker Break Grid.
Yes, I know. I was aware of it.
Okay.
There's
You've
a
got
little bit of
Piranha
me
Kids shenanigans. Mm?
that wants to take the government takeover here. It's such a risk, though. Like, it's like a crazy risk.
At least we're not playing to
Maybe,
6 points where it's game over in one run.
yeah.
First click, I run R&D, government takeover, good game. Wait, what? Why did we draft these decks?
I can get free agendas, but are they any better than not having the agendas? I don't think they are. Like, I've actually got a decent agenda suite. I'm going to take the bottom row.
TGTBT is good.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm just going to take a shit ton of ice more.
that is correct.
Um,
That is what I would do in your shoes.
oh,
You're getting first
I've got to
pick.
take this moon. I can't let you have the moon under any circumstance.
Yeah, if you let me shoot the
So,
moon, it's game over for you. I agree.
um,
Red
so
cap is blank. Eden
I'm taking
Fragment is
top row.
another. Eden Fragment. Yeah, I agree. Eden Fragment is another one that wasn't meant to be included in the cube. But I didn't think it was worth pulling for reasons. Roughneck is the obvious pick here.
I've
Damn, I
also
do
managed
not.
to pick up a neural EMP, which is pretty good for my
I
game
have
plan.
1, 2, 3, potentially 4 2-pointers. That's 8. And then if I just keep 3 of them for 6 and then take 2 3-pointers, 9, 12, 15, 16-ish. Yeah, I can probably get to the right agenda total. How many points do we need to include in a 40 card deck? 18?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm definitely taking some of the defaults, which are what Pyrex. That's fine. I think I'm on Roughneck and Successful Field Test. It's
Yeah,
not
that seems.
ideal,
No, I think
but
that's like
it's good
successful
enough.
field test is really good with RP,
And
and
we
that's what you're.
are done. That is the
Whoa,
draft.
crazy. Okay,
Export
exported.
lists, and I save player 1 list, or I just open it, I guess. Technically speaking, we could have done it so that you draft first on the
Oh, I think it's fair.
one side, but I think that drafting second isn't a disadvantage necessarily. It's just a different.
No,
It's a different advantage. The very last pick, the very last first pick, might be more important than the first pick. Unlike with drafting from packs, where the first pick is the most important pick by far.
yeah.
What identity did I have in this? I have 4 identities to choose from. But I can tell you right now, it's not going to be next. It's might be Gargarin, and it might be RP.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
Both. I have
two
15
really.
sparking assets and 3 upgrades, so it might very well be Gargarin, actually.
And
Uh,
you haven't got good ice. Like you haven't got good RP ice. So I think I'm a bit scared of you being Gagarin. I don't have any way. I have really good ways of dealing with ice and
he can
no way of dealing with
in your
assets.
current form. You can run centrals, bounce off of my end the run, end the run, end the run, end the run, and Inazuma, which forces you to, you guessed it, end the run.
And the run.
Pop and end the run. Wow, I managed to draft really bad ice.
That's fine. I don't think ice is the way you win. And I think like
I disagree. I don't think I have a way of winning that isn't scoring points.
Interesting. At least all of your ice is barriers, so
Not
I have to
counting
use my
everything that
tricks.
rhymes. Not counting everything that rhymes with room. But here's a.
I didn't get a single ID, did I? I did not get a single ID.
And that is why I took Gargarin. But here's the fun part. When I remove the 3 IDs I'm not using, and the what is that card called? Mass commercialization, for which there are no advanceable ice in my deck, or advanceable assets, except the ones that probably aren't going to. Bottom line, I'm not going to ever get 3 things with ice with advancement sitting out, right? Well, I have Meta 40 card deck already.
Oh, nice. I'm 46, so I can only
But my agenda points are wrong, and don't forget your free Jackson Howard.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna set this down so that I can start adding my one of Jackson Howard. This, by the way, I don't know about you. I'm having an absolute blast. This was a lot of fun already, even without having run the decks. Just having felt our way through building them. Drafting in a grid drafting feels like building the deck. It doesn't feel like drafting and then building out of a pile. It really does feel like you're building the deck as you go.
Yeah.
And watching your opponent build so you can decide what to build around him. I'm curious what it would be like if we hadn't been conversing, but we also hadn't been taking as long to pick, so that we knew less about the details of each other's strategy already.
So interestingly here, if I put in 2 priority requisitions, then I'm at exactly 49 cards with 20 agenda points, which means
you could run already.
Yeah, which might be better unless I could drop the mandatory upgrades. Maybe I do that. And then
I'm looking at the cards that don't help me win and cutting them, because there are quite a few, and 40 card is the minimum. Yeah. Like if I don't get my Cyberdex Virus Suite by the time I need it, I might just lose to a medium deep dig.
True.
I feel like overall my Corp deck is incredibly weak.
I have exactly 16 ice. I have drafted the correct number of ice for. I don't have any econ, but I've drafted exactly the right number of ice.
So what you're telling me is my account siphon is going to be very, very good here.
Yeah, if you can get through my ice to land it, like
big if.
Good luck with that. Do I want this Trick of Light? Is it useful? I can score 1 agenda with it.
I'm gonna need to know what ice I'm
2 agendas. 2 agendas. I might just. I'm quite tempted to leave this exactly as it is. Like
you drafted a deck so perfect that you were just gonna run it hot. Okay.
Like then I have to make no decisions at all. And I hate cutting cards. Like I don't want to cut cards.
I drafted them. They're my babies. I'm not gonna kill my babies.
Have I got any way of landing a Scorched? I've got 1 Funhouse. 1 Funhouse.
It would seem to me 1 Funhouse to land 1 Scorched is a really bad reason to keep 1 Scorched. Just saying.
Yeah, but it's a good reason to keep the 1 Funhouse. You see, like if I drop the Scorched,
yeah,
then I like you can just run through the Funhouse and take the tags. Plus, you have a Joshua B in your deck.
Oh, you have a reason to worry about tag punishment even without any other reason to worry about tag punishment. I see.
I mean, the Trieste, I've got a Trieste. That I guess I can cut.
I did a really bad job getting enough ice to actually secure a win, so I need to be very cautious about how I go about playing so that it doesn't become so that it stays a mild inconvenience instead of a serious problem.
These are all good.
This is great. This is useful.
Can I play?
This
Can I play
helps.
accelerated diagnostics? I don't know how this card works. I've never used it.
I would not in general, unless your operations count is really high. Let me check your deck real quick. Your
and my
operations
operation
count
count
is 12,
12.
and of those, you're very happy to accidentally hit 1, 2.
Hold up. So if I hit a hunter seeker, I don't. Does it? Can I? Does it get rid of the play only if the runner stolen agenda?
It
Or
definitely
that's
gets
not
rid
an
of the
extra cost?
double, but I don't know about the other. You may play them, play only if. Usually in Magic, can't beats can. So you don't play it would be my instinct, but I don't know.
Yeah, because otherwise you get scorched when they weren't tagged. Okay, no, fine. Ignore that. Although accelerated diagnostics with a red level clearance.
Which, by the way, you can't scorch when they're not tagged, but you can end of the line when they're not tagged.
You can, can't you? Because it's a
it's an additional cost. Remove
it's
tag.
a cost. Oh,
It's
I've seen one other reason for the scorch. I'm keeping the scorch.
Don't tell me. Okay, I have to cut how many cards to be legal? I want that desperately. I want that. I want that. I want that. Sure. Why not? Definitely. Does this matter? Probably not.
I need to cut 3.
I want to look at your runner list to know whether or not to keep stuff from my corp list. Is that legit? I think it is.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's all been.
I don't have your list because I didn't save it.
Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. Just I'm less interested in min-maxing and more interested in the fact that this untested tool successfully went for a full draft without failing. And it actually was fun to do. I'm going to cut. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to cut. I'm just going to cut it. Yeah. But it's worth cutting. So
I think I'm putting the stuff that I've just cut back in so that I just am playing the 49. Like it just felt too perfect. It felt too good. And I'm just going to I drafted it, so I'm going to play it. You know?
If I cut an agenda, that'll be good. What agenda do I absolutely not want in this deck? Priority requisition, because the most expensive ice I have costs 6.
Oh, I've got some good Prirec targets.
Yes, you do. You took a friggin' Chiashi.
Lucas asks a question. He says, would it be worth allowing the user to include their own card exclusion list to skip those agendas instead of having it built in?
I like that idea. So initially I was thinking design-wise to have it, you can enter card IDs and hit them to add a card. I opted against it because I figured most people aren't going to take the time or energy to figure out the ID of the card they want removed or added. And so it's not worth it to do. But now that we've actually played with it a little bit, I may have been wrong about that. I guess I would have to find out if people are actually playing or not. But yes, being able to include your own exclusions would be really nice. Ooh, what if instead of the remaining card list being clickable links, when you click on the remaining card, it is removed from the card pool. So you can search through the cube, see something you didn't like, click it, and it's gone. Let me think for a second. I think I could program that very easily. And then it's convenient, because then you load the cube, you scroll through, and you click on the 1, 2, 3 agendas you don't like, or whatever. That
sounds reasonable.
That's really interesting. Thank you, Lucas. That's good feedback. I will definitely consider how to tackle that question. I like the idea of keeping it in the user's hands for sure. I'm running into an issue on my agenda total. I need to cut one card and I want it to be an agenda, but I can't because I don't have a 1-pointer or a 2-pointer to sub in.
Yeah, tricky.
It's very much a decision. And I'm not willing to take too long on this because I have to also focus on building my other side up.
Well, my corp's done, and my runner, I just need to cut 2 cards now.
So you are closer to done than I am, which is good. Oh, why is Gargarin Yes. Okay. I apparently had left an ID in, and that counted as a card. So now that I removed my ID from the card list, we're legal. Woohoo!
Perfect.
And by illegal, I mean super illegal for the influence. And under the card maximum, heavily. All right. We'll do the same thing here with the keep. I might actually run my runner with no edits. Let me just check to see if there's things I don't want in the deck.
Do I cut my exploit? You have very little ice, and the only big one is Endless Eula, but it also means I probably can run all 3 centrals. Like,
what's the upside? You de-res 5 credits worth of ice?
I de-res 3 pieces of ice.
Yeah, so
But
5
you've only
credits
got like
worth of
3.
ice,
Yeah,
6 credits worth of ice. Good
That's
job.
good.
I think you keep it. Is it worth
This
keeping?
runner deck feels alright. It looks okay.
Let's see.
If anyone can see what I should be cutting, I guess I cut the artist colony. There's just a slight chance, but let's have a look at your agendas.
What I worry about is here. So let's see. Make sure I don't have expensive ass killers. Let's say that I hit this. I don't want to run through that repeatedly.
Your agendas.
I don't have any AIs, do I? That would have been really nice. No. I think I keep both the fairy and the book altar, even though technically you don't really run a lot of sentries. I think that's still reasonable. Thrice and Laguna install only 1. I mean, it's a 45 card deck. There's literally no reason not to run it as is as a 45 card deck.
Oh, but wait, I've got an Aesop, so the artist colony is actually pretty good.
This might be pointless, actually.
This is great. These are all good.
Let me see. I feel much better about my runner than I do about my Corp.
My runner feels pretty good. I'm looking at my runner and being like, I'd just play this. I'd play this anyway. Do I cut the torch? It's 9 credits. Am I ever installing this thing?
Yeah, Pulse is still good. A quarter of your deck is trashables. So Pulse is still, or not Pulse, Scrubber is still quite good. I'm probably not running freely every turn and getting in every turn.
Oh gosh, this is going to be so good with Eula.
All right. The only thing I think this card is so bad.
Wait, do you have? Oh my gosh, have I drafted 2 Davids and you've got like 1 ice which is strength 5 or more?
That sounds correct, actually. And
I think
it's not,
it is.
and
I
it's
think
not
in
the
a
ice you would
Zuma,
want to use it on either.
it's literally in a Zuma, isn't it?
You're probably better off throwing away both your Davids instead of carrying them into battle, going down to 40. Because if the oh yeah, I don't need a Dinosaurus. Whew! Glad we dug through for that one.
Oh my word. This is so hilarious. I'm so good at breaking ice, apart from very specifically the ice which you have. So funny.
And half of that is coincidence. The other half is horribly, horribly non-coincidental. I unfortunately am looking at your spread and realizing I'm not going to be able to deal with it well.
Excellent.
Like, just straight up. That's
well,
okay.
I have a runner deck.
I'm at a 44 card runner deck, and one of these cards probably should be cut. And since I don't know which one it is, I'm probably not going to cut it. I really am liking the Bookmark Basalar Synth Gland combo, where I keep the stuff I need and get rid of the stuff I don't. I'm really liking the Bookmark Guinea Pig, where I don't trash my hand. Right? And
yeah, that's Bookmark Guinea Pig is very nice.
Yeah. And I'm also liking the don't install 2 cards you don't need. Just put the bookmark and eat it with the Aesop's Pawn Shop. That's reasonable. I'm really sad-faced that I didn't get the remove a tag tech that I like, but It's not the end of the world. Okay. Yeah, 44 card Leela is good. We are ready to rock. Would you like to Corp first or run first?
I will Corp first. Wait, my runner's only 40 cards. I thought we were doing 40 card minimum.
We are.
Is that
I'm
right?
at 45.
Okay, fine. Oh, fine. I mean, I do have cards which make that day. Yeah, I'll Corp first.
Alrighty, I will run her first, and we will let the chips fall where they may. And I can't make a game. Why can't I make a game? Because I made. Oh, it has to be super casual, right? So
Yeah.
casual. I will run her. Stream grid draft and password. Let's just use 123.
Sure.
Cube draft runner. Alrighty. Give me 1 moment for a quick bio break, and I will be right back, and let's dive in.
Okay. For some reason, why is this not showing up? Still refresh. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Whoops. So let's just do a quick run through of my corp. So here we've got a pretty nasty agenda suite. We've got Philodic, we've got Oboe, Blood and Water, and Azif, which are all nice, like pretty good together. I didn't cut anything, which means that I'm still running this Trieste. And we've got like things like Euro EMP and Euro.
Alrighty, and back and good to go.
All right, I am joining now.
Excellent. Welcome to hell. I mean, Netrunner.
Okay, good to go.
Good luck. And win or lose, why are you? Oh, right, you are generic. That is correct.
I am generic.
I was like, why did you load generic? Oh, right, because generic.
And I forgot that you were Leela. Oh my god, you don't need to break ice. You're Leela. Like, shit.
Yeah, except when I do need to break ice. Remember, constructed Leela and non-constructed Leela do not play the same. Yeah, I've got to mull this. Right, I don't have 3 hedge funds to mull for, so my instinct of this is a bad hand might be just wrong. Let me quickly deal with this before I blow the ears off everybody watching. And there should be a zoomed auto zoom feature that I need to select. Keep zoomed cards. Perfect.
So Bounty Hunter's on 2 copies of Diversion.
Oh, at this point, as much as I love to be in chat with you and it is fun, I don't want you to give away your strategy, but I do want you to be able to chat with it. People, and unfortunately with all the hidden information, I think that's a real risk. I think maybe we should split at this stage. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe we split and then we join back, like just between the games.
I will go ahead and mute you on my stream side, so you can stay in and it'll just be muted. So everything you say will be nice and private. And then I have Discord after the game. We'll just chat in the chat so that we know to hook back up. How's that?
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. See you soon, and always be running, except when you're corping. Good luck, man. Okay, so here we are. This is fantastic. Let's see, we've got like 5 people watching. Excellent. Oh, right, of course. Let's see. Can you mute this? Because if you're in on my stream, then that's not potentially going to work. If that isn't going to work, what else could I do? Okay, am still talking. Can you still hear me? Okie-dokie, artichoke. Sweet. So right off the bat, we have to be afraid of the fact that he has 2-pointer agendas that are 3 advance and less, and quite a few of them. Let's see. Where did I pull his deck? Here, I think. He's got 2-1, 3-2, 0-2, or whatever. Unscorable, scorable because he's being bold. 4-2, 3-2. My God, he got all the good agendas. I have none of them. This means I have to be nervous about unadvanced cards. His upgrades are Baker Break, Cali Testing, and Zato. So most likely this is a safe to run server with a good upgrade guarding it. All right, now that we have that figured. Let me pull this back. My inclination here is to put down my money, run, and see what it is. It's probably not going to be Break or Break Grid plus. I actually don't want to spend 5 credits to trash a Break or Break Grid right now. I might just have to give that to him if he gets that. So let's start by drawing. Ooh, okay, that's good. That's very good. We should at some point hostage out the Aaron Moran. But for now, we're just going to go with money setup. So we're going to be running for money and scoring free money. If we've just given him a free agenda, it's very sad. But yeah, this was the much more. Oh my God, you had it! You had the Wombo combo on turn 1. Nicely done. If only I had had Scrubber on turn 1, I'd be much happier. So I'm going to start with 4 credits, get a few 2 free credits, run here and trash it. Baker Breaker trashes for 2? I thought it trashed for 5. Oh man, I misplayed that horribly. I should have checked it. So I do think we take out the Eve campaign nice and early. I don't want him to have money for days. I do want to fish out Aaron Moran as soon as I can. Free Central Archives run is good. First click draw, second click archives, third click trash the money server, fourth click card. So we'll do first click card. Okay, now we have ability to get money back, and we can pitch a Devil Charm that we don't really want. That's perfect. First click run archives, breach. Second click run server 1, breach. No hard hitting news in this deck, boys. We got him. Third click. I thought there was another click that we needed. Nope, we're good at this game. Let's just go ahead and get money. Technically, being at 0 credits should be more scary. Technically, his ice is... How painful is the face check on his ice? The thing that he knows about me that is frustrating, scary, what have you, when we're on the opposite sides, is that all of my ice has no face check penalty, or virtually no face check penalty. It does stop him, but that's all it does. I need to double ice to really keep him out, so he has a real shot at winning, even in that situation. He's got not a lot, actually, that he can do to hurt me. I can get a tag, taking a little bit of net damage, a little bit of money and clickage. His ice isn't the scariest to face check. I could legitimately face check it. So the issue with face checking here is more that he gets it rezzed against Leela than anything else. Okay, so he archived memories back the Eve campaign. That's fine. We're going to Rizeki and Sektesti archives. And then we're just going to go and retrash, this time the Breaker Bray. If he wants to pay straight cash to risk that, I have no objection. First click run archives, breach, take money, click for 2 credits. In other words, second click run server 1, breach. We start by accessing the Eve campaign. Oh, wait, you can do that in instant speed. I did not know that. That is my fault. That was a misplay on my part. Let's How bad is keeping Baker Break Red alive? No, he's got a lot of targets for it. We should probably get rid of this. He is going to get money at least once, and there's no helping that. I really want Aaron Marin down, but it doesn't have to be right away because he's not anywhere near scoring an agenda, so we'll just take money and end the turn. Right now it's a money game. He's going to ice up archives, and I'm going to have to start testing things, but that's the thing we're scared of, unfortunately. Archives, first click, run archives, goes to money. Second click, we run server 1. What do we really want to do? We want to bounce his HQ ice before he scores an agenda. That's what we really want to do. Oh my god, the timing. Okay, there goes the Aaron Marin trigger. And everything else. And the, yeah, that's just perfect. But now he's broke, so let's figure out what else is in his hand before we lose our window. And if we manage to catch an agenda, it'll be even better. Yeah, no, you don't get to keep those. The only thing I'm worried about is blood in the water, and I don't think he's... Yes! Yes! Oh man, sometimes luck swings the other way. Okay, so what are we getting rid of? It doesn't matter, unfortunately, here. This is the wrong time to bounce an ice. I guess whatever I do, he immediately puts it right back, so it doesn't actually matter. And this is so valuable. Like, this is going to make his entire game. He has a rezzed Chiashi. I think the only thing in my deck that deals with that is Botulus. And I do have that. He didn't get my console. He didn't get anything critical that I can't live without. We're going to sec test archives for sure. First click draw. Second click draw. Third click. Run archives. Do I have a target for this? Not yet. So I don't need to install it yet. I do need more cards. I think we draw here. Okay. I hate giving him a full Eve. It's going to win him the game if I can get that, if I can keep that going, but I don't have the ability to deal with it yet. Ah, the Jackson flushers. I forgot what it felt like to face a Jackson back in the day. This is not a comfortable feeling. I'm going to drop Scrubber and run Jackson next turn. He'll trash Jackson to remove from game rather than let me trash it for 1 credit, and that's fine. Then I'm going to keep looking for... I don't have a good rig. I need to be bolder about face check. I hit the worst face check that I can hit, so I need to not worry about it anymore. First click Scrub, second click run Jackson. And he pops it to get back presumably an agenda or 2. In reality, I should have run archives if I thought that those were agendas, because he would have had to get me paid off anyway. I think we draw again. No, I think we run R&D. What server do I want ice on? R&D. HQ. If he reses the HQ ice, I'm starting to figure out how to doof him. That's a good thing. He is definitely resing this, and it's definitely something small. So this is fine. Go for it. Do your worst. The problem here is now he's comfortable scoring an agenda that actually... R&D way better. I don't want him to score an agenda. I don't want him to score an agenda, and, oh! You know what's better than being good? Being lucky. I can't. You took all the good ones. Oh my god, this game is legitimately going better than it has any right to. Um, I don't think I took my archives money this turn, so slow as it is, I think we just take archives money here rather than go at his hand. It's actually not terrible. I've got 9 credits and a decent lock situation going here. Next game, he's going to start doing the same thing to me and just pounding RID, but he's not going to get momentum off of the steals because he's probably going to choose Kit over Tau. No, if I know him right, he's going to decide that. No, he's going to have to pick Kit because he knows that he can't break barriers and that I have too many of them. All right, I'm at 4 points, which means all I need to do is luck sack into the last 3-pointer and I win. So now I need to slow down and play a little better. So let's draw. Oh man, all the turns I could have used this, I didn't have it. Draw. He has to worry about me having it, so there's that. I think I draw again and then drop something. Okay, DDoS gets me into HQ in time to diversion. That's really good. We're going to put this down, mostly because I don't want it to not be on the board when I inevitably need it. It's 3 credits when I need them, on the turn that I need them. I really want to have an answer to this ice. I know he's going to try to score as soon as he thinks he has enough money, or he thinks it's urgent enough, and I need to be able to get in there and stop him when that happens. He might double ice the server first if he's being cautious, but might not. Oh, we've got somebody here. Grid drafting is one of my favorite ways to draft Magic with 2 people. Really cool to see how it goes with Netrunner. I have only grid drafted in real life 1 time for Netrunner in my whole life, and it was with someone who wasn't the best at Netrunner, and it was the best experience, one of the highest intense experiences I've had playing the game. It's actually what inspired me to make the Daring app in the first place. And I do hope, by the way, that y'all will go out and try the app. I think it's really worth trying. Even if you don't have a stream set up and you're not doing this whole thing like with me and Bar, all you really need is the ability to tell the other person what you've drafted. And then, because you can use the same seed, so even if you get on JNet, right, and just start chatting back and forth while you build the decks, that's all you need. Top left, bottom right, etc. I wish I knew enough server coding that I could have done it as a server so that you could join a room and draft. And in theory, that's the next step to making it good. But yeah, those are future Ahmed problems, not today. Today, I'm just happy to have a tool that works. Okay, he's stopping the gravy train. I do not blame him one bit. We'll take clicks. Do we sack this for 3 credits now that everything's iced? I don't think so. Not until he's rezzed a little more. We're going to sec test the archives just to force him to res it. I think we DDoS, double-click run, make him go down to 9, go up to 15, and then take a card is very reasonable. And then we run archives and get our money one more time. It's just a pure money turn, but it's not forking him on the turn it counts. I think that's okay. I think we keep the diversion for when he scores an agenda is probably smarter. So I guess what I'm saying is I think we draw here. Yeah, that's fine. Draw. This is clicking for 3 credits because we're just going to trash this to Aesop's for money. We really want to drop Laguna Velasco and start making big money. And I think that's doable. I didn't actually know that MTG did grid draft. I never heard of grid drafting out of anything but that one StimHack article I showed everybody at the start. So it's really exciting to see. Okay, there you go. That's the Obokata until proven otherwise. So he is asking me right now, Ahmed, get in or get out. And my answer is, yeah, you have it. The only other thing I can think it could be is Atlas with the over advanced plan, but I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. He knows I can't get through a Chiashi cheaply, and he's calling me on it. And he's right, I can't. The hope is that he triple advance scores, and then I siphon him next turn. So I need to think in terms of how much I can punish him next turn for this turn. If I drop this and click to draw, I lose a lot of cards, but that's okay. That's perfect. So the turn that he scores that, I pop the hyperdriver, remove his central ice, and go to absolutely ham on HQ. That's just going to be a bad choice to score that right now, if it's a 5-pointer. So if it's a 5-3, if it's oboe, which I think it is. If, on the other hand, it's priority requisition and he reses HQ, will I trigger before he triggers? No, he'll trigger first. Okay, what is it? Okay, that's a cheaper way to do it. Oh, he didn't score it. I don't think it's a trap. I think he's wise to me. I think he realizes how dangerous the position would be if he didn't leave himself the ability to re-ice. I think my play here has to be how fast can I get in or not. Do we want to lose hyperdriver for 3 clicks or don't we? I can dig for mathing. How hard would it be to get in if I had exactly what I needed? Laguna changes things significantly. I could draw. The only thing I have to worry about is core damage. If he has the cerebral overrider, I'm dead in the water. But if I went draw 2, right, and drew 4, and got exactly my botulus, would not be good enough. Eater is not good enough. Fairy is not good enough. I need Muckler, or I need use. No, so it has to be Muckler exactly. Then I need to pay 2, 4, 6 to get to the right strength. 8. So I would need roughly 13 credits and a Muckler. Okay. I have roughly 13 credits. All I need is a Muckler. I think I try. I think I try for it. Yeah, we hyperdriver here. Because he's not going to freely give me the turn I need. Remove from game. 1, 2, 3. All right, first click, draw 2 cards. Well, we got a breaker. But it's not going to work. It's never going to hit 5. Second click, install Yusuf. Third click, fourth click, fifth click. Run and get in, run and get in, run and get in. 1, 2, 3 more virus counters. No, it's just not even close. So we definitely draw again. Okay, so we're done here. We're not going to pull this off. What we are going to do is make him hate his life. We're going to DDoS, Bravado, that's 2 clicks. Diversion of Fun, that's 3 and 4 clicks. And then get my card draw down. So you get this one, but you don't get the next one. I'm okay with that. DDoS, snap it. Siphon, which cannot be interrupted because of the DDoS effect. Diversion of funds. I'm not willing to throw away this entire hand just to make this happen once. Is there something expensive I can install with this? This, yeah, that's good enough probably. Bravado HQ. Very curious what I'm going to find. It could be a snare, but this is the best time to get snared when I have lots of cards. Yeah, we trash those. And here's the tough part. Do I put more card draw down? I could have put Yusuf before all that and at least had something going. I feel embarrassed not to have done it, but whatever. I think at this stage we do what? Click this for 3 credits is reasonable. Click this for card draw. I think we click for card draw here. But we shouldn't install this before. We should just draw 2 cards. Yeah, perfect. Wish we had the Aaron Marin before he scored, but no harm done. So we lose this. We'll keep the fairy. We'll keep Aaron. We don't need credit kiting. Nothing is worth installing with credit kiting. We definitely want Hacktivist when we get the chance, and we don't need the Moose Safecracker. Okay, we're done. Advance, score, reinstall ice, and then do something else. That's probably the turn. If it's the best cerebral overrider in the business, I'm very sad. I'm sorry, I'm very happy, but unexpected. Well, he's not snap advanced scoring, so Okay. It's interesting. I would have assumed it would be the HQ ice. It means he's not as worried about HQ. Well, we'll bounce the HQ ice back to hand just because I have to. Okay, well, we have the Abagnale, so we can get into R&D, but I don't think we have any means of making R&D runs punishing in particular. Yeah, I think the game here is going to be getting into that remote as soon as possible. Take clicks. Rizeki, please. Aesop's Pawn Shop against the sec testing. At this stage, there are very few turns where I want to sec test instead of get in. First click, draw 2. Second click, draw 2. Is it worth trashing my whole hand here? No, I don't need money. Third click, we Aron Maran. Fansite is actually a bad thing if he's going to score that, but it's good in any other context. He's probably going to. We'll put the Yusuf down. It's time for us to start planning ahead. We don't need this to draw because we already are drawing 2 a turn. Triple advanced score go to 5 points is absolutely devastating for me. But he has to be worried about the HQ massacre that will follow that will get Yusuf up to 7 counters. So that was unexpected and very good for him. We just bounce this and he just reinstalls it. That's perfectly reasonable. Leela has done everything I need her to. Slowed down the game a lot. This still gets another round of firing. He probably oboes the remote for the win. Take clicks. Yeah, we got nothing to trash. Rizeki, no pawn shop, please. Already blew the credit kiting, right? Yeah. First click, draw 2. We now have the ability to get into the remote in a pinch at the cost of 4 net damage. That's just not going to happen. Second click, Grimoire means Botulus comes in with enough counters to blow through that. That's promising. I would go with that. Second click, draw 2. Third click, Grimoire. And last click, how did he end his turn? Irregular advancement. That means he might have the winning agenda in hand. I think this might be the right time to go against HQ with this. It would also be the right time to install my Cybernetic since I don't need any card here except for Kabali. And I don't want to need Kabali. But 2 core damage means that my hand size is 3 and I'm overdrawing like crazy for an oboe. Yeah, it's just bad no matter how you slice it. think we take money here, and we don't need money. We need the ability to break into the ice that we need to get through. So put down a code gate breaker. The next thing you know, you're going to need to get through a code gate, and then you'll wish you had done it earlier. We're not using this, and we're not using this, so get rid of them. Perfect. Yeah, I have enough money. Click for 3, click for 5. Done. The only thing I don't have is the ability to deal with install double advance. And even that, I click for 2, install Mockler, stim hack, win. That actually is precisely the right play. And he probably has the agenda in hand, which is why he's thinking about it. He's deciding to go slow or fast. I think I've already doofed once, but not twice, so I still don't know what this ice is. Rozeki is MVP this game, just in terms of keeping me in it the whole time. This has been a surprisingly intense game for one I considered hopeless when he started. I really dropped the ball when I let him get the Eve campaign. It was in my power to click for 2 credits and then run if I had mathed correctly that you can res the Eve even when I run on it. But somehow I thought, since Eve gives money at the start of turn, I thought I had to be resed at the start of turn, which I know is not true, but I didn't think that through. So I ran with enough money only to get rid of the Breaker Bray and not enough to get rid of the Eve, when I should have credited up and then gotten both. Let's see, what agenda is he trying to score now? Hazef, Blood. He's not going to man-ups for 2 right before the end. It's a dead agenda for him. He's not going to want to score 2 4-2s. A 3-2 and a 1-2-1 is pointless, so he's really going to want to go straight for the oboe and nothing else. How many points with agendas is 14? So he has at least one more 3-pointer on top to get to 17, or 2 more to get to 20. So presumably there's another Pryrec. That's probably a 3-2. So it's still the same question that I've asked before. Can you get in or can't you? At this stage, I'm not as worried about saving money with Scrubber. I'm also not worried about getting tagged, so let me draw a card here. Perfect. We're going to sack this with this and take clicks. And then we're just going to run HQ. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with this move, but the only thing that I'm missing is a Fractor, and his sentries are going to deal chip damage, not kill me. I have the Code Gate Breaker for an Ike. I've got Yusuf. I need to know what's... Oh, you serious? Are you serious? Oh, man, that is so painful. Yeah, no, wow, every time. Woof. Of all the things that I could have hit, this is literally one of the only things dangerous. Good point. Let me look. Yeah, you know, the Aaron Marin counter doesn't matter as much at this stage, because he's either going to trash Aaron or this, so, no, we're good. I don't mind losing an Aaron Marin counter to preserve my Laguna. That's actually fine. Perfect, because Laguna lets me draw fast, so I don't need the Aaron specifically. Now, the fun part is I can Gabali and Siphon and get in there if I have to. And I still have my Mockler, which was the real thing I wanted. I'm not dead yet. I just feel dead inside. If we draw 2, I have 2 clicks to do stuff with it. Let's see what I get. This is so bad. This is so bad. My rig just got wrecked. I don't think I need the excessive clicks either necessarily. Man, I'm just done. We're going to install these for the sake of clicking for 2 credits. It doesn't do much else, and it's available. The problem is this. When we hit the bottom of the deck, he just wins with the oboe. Like, straight up, because I can't steal it. Was that my only decoder? I think it was. I don't think I have a spare decoder. I'm checking the wrong place. That Tithonium landed hard. I've been using a lot of Tithonium lately in one of my decks. Fast Boys, I'll tell you all about it someday. But I got Eater and Unity, and I don't think I threw either of them out, which means in my last 9 cards, I have 3 breakers. So I cannot specifically win by taking oboe, but he no longer can win by scoring oboe. He needs 2 3/2s to win the game. So we're not actually in the worst possible shape. He does have Philotic, which will kill me. If he Philo knocks out my hand and then Obokata's behind it, it's really painful. What? Okay. Hey, that thing we talked about? Just did it. Now I don't have Yusuf, so I can't pound archives like was my original plan for when this happened. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. The game plan is very straightforward at this stage. We go slow, we get what we need, and we win with it. We don't need this. Do I start taking tags? I think he has a Scorched Earth, so I can't take tags willy-nilly. I also don't need the tempo that badly. First click is draw 2. Second click is draw 2. Are you serious? I think I have 3 breakers in the last 5 cards. How important is running HQ every turn? Not very. How important is running R&D? Somewhat. How important is running the server? Not very. How do I win? How do I win here? I win by running R&D and snagging a 3-pointer. I win by running HQ. I win by preventing him from winning on server 1. Putting this down on server 1 means I will always be able to get through a Chiashi. Putting it here means every turn for 3 credits, I can check R&D. I can keep that up for a very long time. And I do think a random single access is a lot of pressure to put on him right now. Next turn, he install double advances the 3-pointer, or he install does nothing, or install puts a drafter above it. A lot of options, but I can always just go hard. He got rid of a killer. Do I have another? Probably not. I think Fairy is the only killer I got. I've got Unity, and is that it? I think that's it. Let's double check. Well, he didn't have what he needed. That's good. I That Bugalter. I think I threw away Bugalter earlier this game, though. I did not. You serious? So if I were to click for 3 cards right now, I would draw Bugalter, Unity, and Mockler, potentially, in one turn. Which means I desperately need more money, and I don't need to draw 3 to 5 cards a turn. I don't need spare MU either. I'm get my whole rig down for cheap. Mockler gets into here for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10-ish credits-ish. We're going to assume that's the drafter until proven otherwise. And we're going to assume this is his way of saying, I'm trying to score. Aesop's Pawn Shop. I don't think I have any viruses left that matter. Pretty sure I don't have any viruses left that matter. Yeah, they're all dead. So we can cannibalize this for MU. I mean, we don't need the MU. Draw 2. Drop a breaker. Now we can get through this no problem. Drop a Kabali. Kabali gets through what exactly? Nothing. Don't even bother. Take 3 credits. I think we run archives here just to keep them honest. There's a lot of stuff in that archives. I have no idea what it is. All right, cool. That's nothing of value. We're not going to need a spare console, but we might immersion creativity it out for free. So we'll lose the eater. Okay. What's up? What's up, dude? Scorch is gone. Scorch is gone. We can start taking extra clicks with Joshua B like crazy. Anything he puts in there, we run. First, second click, immersion creativity out. My barrier breaker. Third click, draw 2 cards. Fourth click, run. Anything advanced, we run for sure. But he's managed to run me out of cards, so just kind of came up. Ooh, yes, this is what we need. Information, which we're sorely lacking. Man-ups and a bunch of nothing. So he hasn't actually found it yet. We're not in a rush. But we have also kind of lost the sustain game here. The only ice he has is Kakugo Drafter. So this isn't Drafter. Kakugo is awful for us. Because once he puts it down, I can't actually get past it. Consistently or otherwise. You know what I just realized? I think I have a levy in this deck. My game isn't over at all. It's just starting. Click to run. No. Click to let's do the original plan. Yeah, okay, so we know we have time. He's going to install double advance of man-ups and then double advance it again and double advance it again. Yeah, get out of here. No, he's not. So let's immersion creativity, pitch the knob Curie. I don't have anything else, right? Yeah, it's just a knob Curie. And get out the Mockler for free. Then we're going to draw the levy. Then we're going to draw the levy. Do we... We want this back in the deck for sure. Okay. Next turn is the levy turn. So first click, we're going to sack this and put this out, and then we're going to get the levy. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he just showed us that he's not actually ready to go yet, so. I'm going to be so sad when it turns out that we lost Levy and forgot we lost it. Or we took it out of our deck, or we didn't actually draft it. Nope, we have it. Oh my god, we have it. Wrong place. Let's always offer him the opportunity in case he meant to put in server 1. Okay. What do we need back in the deck? We need to sack Rizeki because we're not going to have the MU for it. Take clicks. We don't actually care if he trashes all of this and he doesn't have a Scorched. So that's going to be the Sensi Actors Union until proven otherwise. So we do need to get that this turn. So install, draw. If we're sure that's a Sensi Union, we should run it first. So run server 3. Draw, install, why not? Game day. Round 2. Now, I've let him trash all my resources here potentially by taking that tag, but it's fine. There's nothing here that I want badly enough. He can't scorch me. The only thing I would trash in his shoes is Joshua B and maybe the Kabali. Maybe. But I have way more financial capability than him. No. I'm talking like I'm saying that with confidence, but truly, this was the bad play. It's the Cerebral Overrider. I don't know what else it would be. I'm going to check it, but that's what it is. And I'm okay with you spending 3 credits to res this and 3 credits to Cerebral me. What does it cost to get through there, though? I think we mathed it and it was insane. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 credits. Plus breaking this is 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. Okay, never mind. Now the math is worse. I think we still do it, but he's definitely telegraphing that this is real. This is not some kind of fake out. We're gonna assume that the game is in that server, and so more tags is fine. We're gonna gain a click, yes. We're gonna Aesop's Pawn Shop away Joshi B at this stage, so that I'm not tempted to do this for too long. And now we'll think. First click DDoS. Second click run with DDoS as a bravado against R&D, go down to 11, and go up to... It's netting 6, right? That's something. And an access. Third click, run this server. Netrunner is hard. I think I can get in. I'm fairly sure I can get in. I'm fairly sure I need to get in. The only trap I'm scared of is Cerebral Overrider. Or maybe an Obokata that I'm being faked out by, and that's pretty much it. I think what we do is we do the math. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish to get you in here, so 14-ish. So if we just take credits and run, we should be fine. That's exactly what we're going to assume. And the reason we're making these assumptions is very simple. That's what I would do in his shoes. I would put down more ice and hope that it was enough. I'm not using a DDoS here, even though I really wanted to, but all the cool click... I should have bravadoed here in theory, but all those cool creative tricks sound awesome, and then you try them and you end up dead. He probably resists nothing, lets me all the way in, and and then hits me with the snare and then takes away my resources. And I'm okay with that because he's got me at the point where I have to check everything. So good on you. Match and fully break Chiashi? Yeah, absolutely. In case I have to. Breach and access. Yep. Okay, that's fine. You can actually keep it. And we're going to go after R&D for our last click and take a shot at winning the game. Continue to movement. Sorry, that did not work. Whatever. I have nothing that cares, so it should be fine. Didn't connect for some reason. Zoom. Counter for. Just do this. Alright. Oh, interesting. Trashing Joshua B prevented him from giving me another tag. Now here you get rid of the pawn shop, presumably. What I need to start doing is digging like crazy for Siphon and take away his HQ. Yeah, we do this. First click draw, second click draw, third click. Credit and credit. We don't need to go fast. It's painful, but we truly don't need to go fast. Oh, right. We need to not draw over our hand size either. Guinea pig is probably not worth it here. Why the hell not? Yeah, because the one time that it counts, he's going to make sure that I'm trying to steal an oboe. Oh my god, this is so painful. Turn 20. Don't usually see that. Well, again, it's probably a 2-pointer he's feeding me, and I probably have to take the feed, right? Because, No, it's probably the man-ups. The only other thing that it could be is the off-world office. The only thing it could be that he could actually score is the off-world office. That's very interesting. Does he have any other advanceable traps? Don't believe he does. No, he doesn't. Do I go for it? I mean, the thing is, if I'm wrong, I lose the game, so I kind of have to, whether I like it or not. I think we definitely draw once to steal an oboe. And yeah, I don't think we have a choice. It's how much to deal with this? 1 to boost, 1 to break, 1 to break, so it's 3. And how much to deal with this? It's everything we've got. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 11. Since my hand is full of air, I'm going to draw one more time. Oh, we have a better line. We can siphon him. And that buys us an extra turn. How much is it to get through this? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get back 4, potentially. 5? Yeah, that's much better. We do that. Absolutely do that. I'm gambling he can't res this, or that if he does, he can't score this. And I can always just jack out if he goes broke, or too broke to matter. Damn it. So if he's thinking, that means he can. He doesn't have an NGO front, so this is not going to pop. We'll see. Oh, what an epic saga. What an epic saga. I love this game. Okay. I am not breaking it. There's no point breaking it to get in so that I can't do anything. And then take net damage in the bargain. MU Safecracker is only usable with Penumbral Toolkit. If I do use it, how does it work? How much multi-access is it really? It doesn't limit how many times, but it has to be stealth credits, which means I could use the whole toolkit to get a 3-card dig on R&D. This actually might not be a terrible idea to go 2, 4, run R&D deep dig. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. And instead, I'm going to pitch Rizeki. Yeah, because this game's not going to last long enough to get MU and Rizeki to be profitable. 3 credits and pass. That's a pretty big tell. Nah, not really. I mean, what else was he going to do? Not pass? I could sack the Botulus for money. Yeah, but I'm not gonna, so let's not talk about stupid things. If I got Yusuf, that'd be amazing. Credit, run. First click draw. Whoa! If I can get this down and run, I win. Second click to play this for 3, I go down to 13. Third click run. Bugalter breaks Drafter for how much? Drafter is going to be +1, +2, 3, 4. Get back 2, so it costs 2 credits. This costs 3, 4, 5. This costs 10, 15, 17, 18. So credit, install and run. I'm 1 click short. Oh man, I'm 1 click short. That sucks, but it's okay. If I don't steal this, he's right back in the game, so we have to go. If I drop this and he reses Drafter, he still can't score it, and I can take more credits. And if he doesn't res Drafter, I win. So I think we play the current, credit, run. And now we're running on 14, 4 here, 10 here. That's credit perfect, right? And then we hit a oboe and we sack, but we still have enough credits. Yeah. So credit once. 14 is a 1, 2, 3 here. Is that correct? 1, boosts the strength up. 2, 3, breaks it. And then here we need 10, 2, 4, 6 to get to the right strength. And 2, 4 to break it. Yep, we're good. If he reses Drafter, we're in the money. We just break the Drafter. We just break the Drafter fully. And think again, is that an Obokata or isn't it? Well, here's the thing. Once again, the dreaded math. If it's an avocado, and I jack out here, and next turn go to 15, am I better served for running the server? It's 2 plus 4 is 6, but I'm still a credit short. I am mathing around the oboe risk where I can't do that, and I am exactly 1 credit short. But I don't think it's an oboe. But that would be sick bait if it was. But even if it is, I can't get in on 15 next turn either, so I'm better off going for it here. So we're going to take our chances. Oh, oops. Oh wait, it already happened. Okay, good. Fully break data pike, which is absolutely the correct move. I'm gonna laugh so hard. There was a play, by the way. If I Aesop's pawn shop the Botulus, I have enough credits to do it next turn. But it gives him a whole turn to catch up, and I don't want to give him that turn either. So we're good. We're good. The odds of this being... Oh my god, I'm gonna laugh so hard when he does this to me. But statistically speaking, I mean... Mash strength of Chiashi. Why can't I break it? Oh, I can't fully break it with one button. And do 2 net, let fire and continue. We're absolutely going to access this, and it's off. Okay, we were correct. GG. Unmuting and check. Let me flip to our chat and unmute. Oh wait. Oh wait. You left the chat. Never mind. Oh man, what a game that was! Oh wait, no, he's back. Let me mute and there. Are you in? Can you hear me? I think I've added you back. Pretty sure I've added you back. Well, if you're saying something, I can't hear you yet, but let me make sure you're... Yeah, no, you're here. You should be. Oh, I can do that? Let me see how I did that. Mute, unmute.
The host unmuted your mic.
There you are.
Hey,
yeah. I figured it out. Oh my god, what a game!
That was a hell of a game.
So I didn't realize I had Levy when I was like down to 7 cards. So mentally I was like, I've lost this. He's ground me out. Good job. And then I was like a little frustrated because 1, 2, 3, 4 of my breakers are in the last 4 cards of the freaking deck.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the macla. I was doing like the maths, and I was like, well, if you can draw so much with Levy, so I think you can find the macla, because I've had a priority requisition in hand for ages, and it wasn't quite safe enough to like jam it behind the Chiashi, because I thought like I wasn't sure if you were just holding the macla, or I knew you could probably draw into it with like Laguna.
Odds weren't bad. 1 in 4 if I draw 6 cards a turn. And I had the hyper turn.
Yeah, I should have protected the Eve early. I think I decided to protect R&D because like Leela, but I should have just stuck if I'd stuck the tool booth in front of the Eve, like so that you couldn't trash it early, then my start would have been much better.
Interesting. I definitely gorked the math on the breaker grid. Somehow in my head I was thinking how Eve ticks off at the start of turn. So I thought, all I have to do is get in there and knock out your Baker Bray, and then I've delayed it again. instead of realizing reality, which is no, 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 no. And if I had remembered that, I would have clicked for 2 credits first and then
Yeah.
And it would have the whole game would have been different if you did not have 16 free credits.
Completely. I mean, I didn't get that. I only got to take 10 off it because I needed to start.
12?
I needed to start jamming, I think.
Okay. Yeah, 10 or 12. Yeah.
But
the assembling of a rig against this deck was fantastic. Putting Botulus in R&D was a mistake, I think.
yeah,
But
I was really surprised you didn't put that on the Chiashi.
it was the
I'm
obvious
really
choice to put on
surprised.
Chiashi, right? But the way
Yeah.
I brained it was, I can exert pressure on your remote every time you put something there, because I have the means of getting in. I can't check R&D every turn because I will go bankrupt. You're not going to put something in the remote every turn. Therefore, I'm going to make better savings locking R&D, and my win con is getting in on R&D and snagging the agenda I need. Turns out, no. That was the exact opposite of the correct solution. I need to invalidate your remote with a singleton of Botulus that you're not going to keep up with.
Yeah.
I also recognized just after this last turn that I made a misplay. The better solution for this last turn would have been to jack out after drafter.
Yes, I was worried you were going to do that. But I think at that point, if you can get in, I think you do go for it, because the chances of it being an oboe are incredibly low. Low enough.
But I can deal with that, because next turn you cannot do anything but take money, and you can't score an oboe or a off with anything in your deck. Therefore, I can go sack the Botulus for 3 credits, and then I have enough money to get in free with enough cards for an Obokata, as well as everything. The only trick would be if it wasn't an agenda, but I don't think you have advanceable traps after the Overwriter.
Yeah, I think it's just the Overwriter.
By the way, when you overwrited me on my channel, I was literally being like, this is the Overwriter. I know it's coming. I don't know why I'm so eager to run into this Overwriter, but, here we go. And
I probably should have gone for the double lance, but I just figured it.
No. You were fine to overwrite me the way you did. The point of the Overwriter was to deny me credits, right?
Yeah.
You weren't killing me with an Overwriter anytime soon.
No, but I was also like, if I can get 1 brain damage onto you, then if I do find the oboe, it potentially makes it a little bit more likely for me to be able to do something there. But yeah, that was pretty wild. It was a wild game.
That was really impressively long and fun.
Really gutted that you stole the SF. Like nabbing the blood in the water, fair enough. There were 2 agendas in there, 4 cards. You trashed 2 of the cards. I was going to lose one of them, but I could have scored that out for 1 credit and 1 click next turn, which would have been nuts.
The blood in the water, you mean?
Yeah.
Because I was down to no cards in hand. I actually was like,
you had 1 card. 1 card.
It was the perfect moment of I Chiashi faceplant, but then I grabbed the reason that it's a problem.
Yeah, and that was why I was like,
criminal still comes out ahead.
I'm gonna pay 12 credits to res his Chiashi, but it's gonna essentially, as long as I just get lucky, I get a Chiashi and I get 2 points out of it.
Sacking 15 minutes to res Tithonium was both such a winning line, but also a losing line, at the exact same time. Because
I don't have any other 1-pointers. So
but you were gonna win with a 5-3 until that happened.
I was, but I also couldn't jam the 5-3. The remote wasn't safe at that point because I'd worked it out.
Did I have a fractor?
You didn't, but you had Laguna and you had about 8 cards left in stock. I was like, all you need to do, if I install double allowance, what I had in the priority requisition, and you just draw with Laguna, install Makler, run the remote, then I lose immediately. So I was like, I'm gonna have to try and win off a 2-point. I've nearly jammed the mandatory upgrades over the priority requisition because at least it's safer. I don't lose if you run it.
I was convinced that the off at server 1 was actually a man-ups when you first installed it, knowing jolly well you're not going to score it, But I don't know that, so I'll run to the end. And I was even going to let you have it at one point. Be like, he thinks I'm going to go and steal that. He doesn't recognize that. I know that he knows. And then I did the math, and I was like, wait, but if I'm guessing wrong, I just lose. And I can absolutely check that remote. Maybe we just don't lose. That would be better. Let's try not just losing for... Man, that was an epic game. Freedom through equality is terrible. I can't believe that they allowed this card in the game.
Well, I can't like. I love the fact that the whole thing came down to, look, you're on 1 credit, like you got in with 1 credit and 0 clicks, and
taking face plant net damage just to get in.
Yeah, and like basically with no board state apart from the absolute essentials, and I'm on 0 credit. Like it was literally down to a wire both sides.
Quote unquote true net runner. Heart of the cards, criminal going broke, corporation cannot flip game. Now, if you want to see the opposite of that, flip to our next game where, the runner gets in everywhere for free, the corp keeps him out of nothing, and it's not even close. GG.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting one. Like,
I will tell you candidly, I thought this game was going to be over by turn 10 with me losing. Like, I did not think I had a shot. I didn't feel like I was bad or anything. Just I didn't really think that I was going to come together.
Yeah, but you're Leela. Leela always comes. Like Leela always.
Leela legitimately. I think leveraging Leela led to the. Let me see if I can do this all in alliteration. Leveraging Leela led to a loss lull, letting me leech off the lag in your nope, game plan. Can't do game plan with an L. Bah, stuck.
But yeah, like having to I mean, I possibly should have just scored out the Prirec, but I was like, if I do that, then you bounce HQ, and then I'm
no. You don't know how dead you would have been. I actually was primed for that. I was like, you know what? Okay, so we didn't get Maklar. Fine. We're gonna take a 7-click turn with a doof in hand and a naked HQ. Good luck. Oh, and then you didn't score it, and I was like, okay. Now I have to really think if I should hyperdrive her or not. Yeah, 7 clicks to find a barrier breaker when you've just installed the ability to click for 2 cards.
Yeah.
This should be no problem at all. Except it was. And then it was again, and it was again, and it was again. Draft agendas are interesting because you only have one of them, but I treat every agenda like it's that one.
Yeah, that's fair. And everything's the oboe.
Everything is the oboe. You always have a Blood in the Water handy. That Scorched Earth is going to kill me if I use Joshua B even once. Finding the Scorch in the trash changed my life.
I threw out the Scorch the turn before you installed Joshua B, and I've never been more upset with myself. And then I was just like, if I can draw into an Archive Memories, like, because I did shuffle it back, but
you shuffled it back? I didn't know that. Oh my god, I was running so dangerously. I didn't know you'd shuffled it back.
It's the second to last card, so it wasn't coming up anytime soon. But yeah, like I was like, the minute you install that, and then I drew, and I've got a neural in hand as well. So I'm like, there was very possibly a kill on the table if I hadn't thrown that out.
Scorch plus a neural to push me over the edge, even at and I had a core damage. So actually, it was straight death from any play.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did I take that core? Cerebral, right? Yeah. I also wasn't really gonna float tags, and then I realized I should float tags. I want you to pay to trash my stuff. And then I ended up cannibalizing my whole board with Aesops. Fun fact, I didn't know this. If you cannibalize Joshua B after taking his tag at end of turn, you keep the click, but you don't take the tag.
Ooh. Of course not, because it's at the end because he's dead. That's nice.
I was like waiting to have 2 tags, and it didn't happen.
I was kind of hoping you would have 2 tags because I had a best defense in hand, and I was like, if you take 1 more, then I can start trashing your breakers.
All my breakers cost more than
that. Yeah, but I was like, if you take 1 more, like if you get to 3, it'd be pretty good.
I love that you rezzed Kakugo in response to Doof, but I also love that Doof forced you to go to 2 port to actually score. The last 3 turns have all been because of that fork.
Yeah. But there was also like there was a bit of a sketchy thing there because I was like, if you actually continue to go through, like I didn't think you would, but there's a chance that you just keep running, and if you do, you take an access, and then you probably win because the prereq was in hand. And I'm like, I was actually wondering whether just to let you do for me, so that you definitely didn't take an access. But then I did the maths on how much it was going to
Oh, you
cost to
have a
break
second
Euphonium.
prereq.
Yeah, there's one. There's one in hand. There's been one in
Oh,
hand for yonks.
oh.
When
That
I had it when I celebrity gift, and I had to draw an extra card so that I could celebrity gift
you
without showing you
sneak. You have no
direct.
idea how much the fact that you celebrity gifted me a hand that didn't have Obokata put me at ease. In fact, if you had installed advance or double advance right after that, there's about an 80% chance that I would have let it go and assumed it was man up spade.
I was tempted to, and then I was like, maybe I can do it because you'll think it's that, and I just didn't want to risk it. And like,
No,
I think that was
there,
probably
there's
the
there
right
is
call.
a there is a matrix of counterplay and strategy and bluffing, and where you fall in that matrix varies based on your read of your opponent and of your own personal style. I can tell you candidly that I probably lean a little more towards seat of my pants net runner than some better players than I do. But on the other hand, I've seen people who are completely comfortable doing heart of the cards, and that is not me.
Yeah,
I need to know that statistically this is the right move, and yeah, sometimes it's not, but he's not going to pick up on that. And then he
right.
does over and over and over. Shall we switch sides?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we've got one more to go. Let's leave this game. Oh my god. Do you want to create and I'll join?
No, you create it.
Will do. I am the Corp this time, and I don't remember my deck anymore. I just remember it's not that great. Oh, wait, that doesn't work because it's
Yeah,
standard.
that's
We're going to
very
need something
standard.
a little unstandard, shall we? A little casual. Draft. Draft Corp. Oh, that was such an epic game.
Okay, right. I am gonna leave your
Oh, I forgot we're
stream.
playing this bullcrap. Oh no, did you see my opening hand?
No,
Don't,
I I'm
because you can
I
reload this. Okay, good, good, good. Luck, have fun. I take your word for it. It's all good. Okay, we are back with another round, round two. So the good news and bad news is we're Gargarin, which means the odds of him checking remotes is low. But we are Gargarin, which means the pain of him checking remotes is high. We don't have anything we want him to check particularly here. We need to res this so he can see it, but it's 4 credits to trash it. We have any means of recurring it? I don't think we have any means of recurring it. We don't have archive memories. We do have some generic. We have the Jackson Howard, of course. We've got genotyping, which is RFG'd. Yeah, we basically don't. Man, we don't really have a clear win con here. I think we mulligan this. We really want money and ice, and we don't have either. Okay, cool. Much better. It's all good. All right, what do we got here? Install endless EULA on a remote is reasonable. We did not go Jinteki RP in the end. A decision that will likely cost us heavily when he installs Yago and gets through all ice for free. We need to remember that, and then remember what our win con and loss con is. Our loss con is deep digs on R&D. He cannot get into R&D for free if it's guarded. We probably put endless EULA and PUP over R&D, and that's how we secure R&D. All right. I don't want him to run willy-nilly on me, but if I do this, I have to actually stop and look. Okay. Where does everything need to be? I need one annoying remote, which is 2 ice deep for Kit, and one annoying central, and that's it. I don't have a lot of code gates. I can guard 2 servers well, and eventually he can always get in once on any server he likes. I need to start taxing him out immediately. So let's put this in the random remote. No, this in the random remote. And we'll see his propensity for running wildly. And we'll see what he does. Oh my god. Wow. Nice. That's the Stone Cold Nuts, and he got the one thing that he can't actually trash on turn 1, so that's great. Okay, it's a game. I'm tempted to put Pup on HQ just to keep him from getting free everything. First click draw, second click install on server 1, and advance. And the reason we're doing this is, as much as I know he's going to run it, I need money more than I need him not to have money. Yes, please do. Actually, I should probably do yours too. It's actually something worth considering. Is memory one of the skills being tested in a cube grid draft or not? I have been assuming not. But if we were to consider that, I could set up the app that you choose player and it hides the other player from you. You would still know what they drafted, but you would have to remember it and couldn't export the list, review it, etc. Just another thing to think about. Alrighty, quickly checking on stream. It looks like people are still hanging around. You guys are the best. You only have to run it twice. It's not the end of the world, but... How did he get an extra credit? Oh, he was already at 2, okay. Desperado completely counters my ID. It's actually kind of awful. But then again, my ID prevents him from being profitable, so that's good. We don't res this EULA unless and until he starts R&D deep digging. Single accesses off medium are not worth worrying about. Okay. Oh my god, hit the snare. 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 Oh, it's a June bug. Okay, well, you know what we're going to do this turn? We're going to immediately make him hit the snare. We're going to put this on server 1. We're going to put this anywhere in the world. And we're going to put this, I don't even care, anywhere. Server 1 is fine. I need him to run here and hit the snare. It's the obvious thing to do. Come on, it's 50-50. Ah, beautiful. And I already have a perfect 3 to recur. So yeah, we're fine. We need money. We don't have the ability to kill him, I don't think, without it. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, we don't want that stolen. That's fine. Yeah, he got that. With this meat damage protection, the kill is pretty much off the table. Click to draw 2 cards. Click to draw 2 cards. Or sorry, 3 cards. Alright, we sack that. We absolutely put all 3 of these back in. And we ice HQ. Actually, hang on. That's a bad call. We'll just take a credit. Yeah. And then we discard. We've already decided Mass Tag Boom is not going to work here. As tempting as it is to think I'm going to win that way, the reality of the situation is I have 1 shot at it, and he already has the ability to remove it. If I decide to win that way, I will genotype it back in. I need to stamp this pleading immediately. There's literally no reason not to trash my entire setup here. I have enough to score this and go to 2 points, and then lose when he gets the future perfect for free. This is such a bad opener for me, but I don't really think I have a lot of options. I guess I could put the hive over here, but I need my ice elsewhere. Panweave only triggers once a turn, so I'm not going to lose all my money. So that's good. And hopefully he takes the hint and goes elsewhere instead of constantly pounding HQ looking for this one, and then collateral finding this one and taking 5 points off me. Nope, he's going for it. I guess if you're clicking for a credit, you may as well, right? Okay, there we are. We found what we need. Perfect. Drop that on HQ. Advance and advance. Or sorry, credit and credit. He can absolutely get in here and just steal this for free. So we're gonna. Oh no, he gets in everywhere for free. Quite painful. Do I res this to deny him? He only still this way he still only gets in once a turn. He only gets in once a turn. It's still something. But yeah, this is I drafted a very good, a very passable criminal runner deck, but look at this. Like this would be brutal to run against, or sorry, to corp against with a good deck. And my deck is missing a lot of critical pieces to be anything. We're going to do this. It denies him the Panweave. Yeah, he can get in there and wreck the server, but he'll pay me 2 to 4 credits for the privilege. And this is the game. I'm actually grateful for this. I needed this game to be over, and this is going to do it quickly. Where's the money I needed? All of it. But it is interesting. Like, we knew this when we were drafting, that R&D lock off of medium was going to be his win con, and I wasn't going to be able to deal with it. And it's playing out exactly in that fashion. don't have a prayer. I have no scoring plan. I can't go wide. I can't force him to come to my side. I can't res Endless Eula. And he knows that all my ice doesn't do anything. Like, this is just game. Do I res and give away the game, or do I let him in? It's free, so there's no point. Wait, is it the first time? Oh, actually, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He can still get in elsewhere if he wants to. When you have no options, you go with things that aren't really possible. If I was him, I would definitely trash red herrings here, so I might at least get paid for this. I don't think he trashes Yakov, but we'll see. He's not going to put me on paying 2 credits here. Yep, he paid 0. That's the right amount. He had Sneak Door. Thank God. So we got rid of the Sneak Door, so the game isn't just straight over. We need to find enough money to res ice on every server. Twice. Maybe we slow down and do just that. I mean, look, either the game's over or we've lost. That would have been awful if you had to access everything just because I put it there, and you're paying 6 credits for the privilege of running my server once. Oh, I forgot about this part where... Wait. Did he just hit a breach dome? Oh, the draw saved him? No, why did the draw save him? It should be the first time. It's meat damage. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is really interesting. My crazy line actually resulted in me not being just straight dead. Now, oh my god! That's awesome! We aren't... our deck is doing the things it's supposed to do to prevent medium, but unfortunately, it's not even slowing the inevitable. It's just slightly delaying it at best. Oh. I mean, not anymore. Deck is doing the right things it was drafted for, but it wasn't ever going to be the Yogg-O kit with Desperado medium. 1, 4, 8, 11. Yeah, there's freaking 11 influence on the board, man. Whew. That's 7. Yeah, quite suppressive. Last one was anyone's game, but this one I was right. There was no way I was winning. I didn't have a game plan that could. If I'd gone slow... Oh, perfect, I can do that. All right, are you unmuted? Can you hear me? Can I hear you? Oh, there we go.
You can hear me.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, I will say this. Last game did not go by my prediction, but this one went exactly as I predicted. Very poorly for my deck. Looking through, I probably shouldn't have switched from Gargarin to RP, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. The thing that cost me this game was the fact that you could R&D lock me, and there was never going to be a world in which I could prevent that unless I put 2 or 3 ice in your way.
Yeah.
Now, I do have the right ice. In
So
fact,
endless Eula on the inside there is
correct,
really
with
good
pup
for
above
you.
it. With pup above it.
Yeah.
And that was the play, and it would have been perfect, but I didn't draw the money I needed at all at any point. And all
No, I mean
the
I trashed a lot of it.
I think turn 1 Desperado Panweave DreamNet turn 2 this on turn 1 and 2 was just too much pressure. I
It
think
was
if you
a
had
bit disgusting.
I think if you had Desperado on turn 5 and Panweave on turn 7, it would have been much less of a factor. And despite that, you came within a hair's breadth of death 3 times, which I'm okay
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, like
hair.
I
You know
I
that first time you ran HQ,
yeah.
you were
Was there a
20% dead to
snare?
snare.
Oh my gosh.
20% dead to snare, which is why I played poorly to make you run the snare the next time when you instinctively ran HQ. First click, get 2 credits, deny me a credit, access a card and draw a card. Oh, snare, you're dead.
I
But you
think
drew
I
up to
think
3.
yeah, I think I exactly like I was like, you are playing one snare, so I'm gonna draw one, I'll get one draw off DreamNet, and then
Mhm.
I don't die to snare. But like the fact that I installed the Citadel, I was like, this is like just a little bit of backup tech because I couldn't
Swap
remember
reinsurance.
exactly what tag pun like I was like I remember you having like a mutual assured destruction, so I'm like, I'm just gonna install this now. And it turned out to be so clutch because without that, I 100% lose this game
I
in
have
many occasions.
Mad and Boom, and I threw away the Mad when I realized that that Boom was never going to happen through your protection.
Wow. So when I lost it to the Breach Dome, then you actually had a
Suddenly,
pretty good.
it was on the table again, and
Yeah.
but this is not the end of the world because I also have the means of recurring that. I have draw from archives and shuffle back in Jinteki genotyping.
Yeah.
Trash top 2 of R&D, shuffle up to 4. So I wasn't too worried about the long term. I was worried about I can't keep you out from anywhere. I can't keep you unprofitable, and I can't protect my servers. So there's literally I have the right tools. I will just never be able to deploy them in any meaningful fashion.
I mean, I drew exactly like I can't believe how well I drew that game as well. Like
Mm.
I only really drew stuff which I needed. Like I was like, all I need to draw out of my breakers is my Yogg, and it deals with all of your ice incredibly well. The others
I
don't deal with it very well.
I actually was
Um,
saying the same thing on my side that the problem here is Yago deals with everything. That the reason I held back the pup was because I wanted to pup Eula to
yeah,
block R&D, but I drew 7 points of agendas,
yeah.
so I
I
didn't
mean,
have
it's
the luxury of putting unguarded things in server 1. I had to put up something token defense.
yeah, like the single spin doctor is rough. And actually, I think I drafted a sprint, and I think tools like that are pretty like key. Um,
I
and maybe
wasted my Jackson Howard because I wanted to kill you with snare early because I knew that the longer the game goes, the less my windows go. And
yeah,
I made the mistake of being in the mental space that you're 20%, you hit the snare, you're dead. Let me make that 80% instead of realizing, and then you get 4 clicks. So you're not going to run click 1 with 1 card in hand. Probably.
probably not.
That was
I
probably an overreach.
I'll tell you what, I did mulligan. I mulliganed into that hand with the it had like Desperado and DreamNet in it, and that and the Pan Weave, which was just like I was like, oh my gosh. And I'd mulliganed out of a hand which was really bad, apart from it had a mining accident in it. And I was like,
Mm.
if I can land an early mining accident, then your
Just negate
IC
Gargarin
ability does nothing.
for the game.
Um,
Nice.
so that was really tempting.
And you
And I was
know I'm
so
not icing archives against Kit with 5
yeah,
ice in my deck. It's
and
just not
then I was like, I immediately, like, as soon as I clicked the mulligan button and I saw a Desperado, I was like, well, this is way better. This is like the ultimate thing I could have drawn in my opening hand, and then to get DreamNet as well, I was like, yeah, I'm all good now.
the first game was the better of the two. but
Yeah,
both
I
games were
think it.
fun.
Yeah.
I will not pretend that this one wasn't being a little suppressed. Clearly, going into a draft, you need to be flexible, but after the first couple grids, at least, you really need to settle on your strategy.
Mhm.
Um, because I could have drafted 3 to 6 more ice if I had been so inclined, or I could have gone a different route, but I needed to pick something.
Yeah.
I definitely think the runner first is the way to go. I
Yeah,
think
I think
that
so.
drafting Corp first would just exacerbate the difficulty of the matchup even more. Holy Toledo, it's already 6:45. Okay, so thanks everybody who showed up and watched. I had an absolute banger of a time, and Ba, thank you so much for coming out on channel and doing this with me and being the guinea pig, as it were. Uh, the game is Android Netrunner. The game mode is grid drafting. Once more, the website is anrgriddraft.glitch.me. I'm going to drop this link into the YouTube vid. It's already been on the chat for those of you who are just watching the log. Please, please, please check it out. I'll also post the link over on the Reddit or something. I'm very eager to hear people's feedback, if it's fun to try or not. I think that a timer for draft rounds would change it significantly from a deeply strategic choice to more of a blitzier choice. And especially if you don't have the luxury of being in chat with the person you're drafting with, I would almost feel like it's a bit of a necessity, because I wouldn't want to wait 2 minutes while someone else parses every possibility for mine back, if that makes sense.
I think we should. I think we should give that a go in the future, because I really like the idea of the added pressure and just like having to go. You gotta pick. You've got 5 seconds, or you get no cards.
I mean, I could actually mentally picture like just a ticking down bar, 10 seconds, go, 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 go. And the result is your deck will be worse, sure, but you'll know that going in, and so will your opponents. It's just a
Yeah,
lower power level. Then
yeah,
I have stopped and looked up every card in your deck, mathed what you're missing, right? I also like the idea of being blinded to your opponent's cards and only seeing your own, so that it becomes a memory game as well, because I definitely benefited slash suffered from knowing your build, right? An
yeah,
open decklist tournament versus closed decklist tournament is already a thing. But because the grid draft gives you all this information when you draft, I almost feel like you should be like, you already know all this. Remember it. Good luck. Right? Uh,
true.
and then having to make decisions around the uncertainty because failure of human memory. Uh, yeah, I think that could be fun. But as it stands, I am just going to put up my Spurs for the minute and say that programming project worked. It worked well enough to be considered done. I am very happy with the way this turned out. And I don't know about you, but I do intend to do this again. Like, this was very, very fun to play.
Yeah, I had an absolute blast. Loved it. Great.
Thank, thank you so much for everything. I'm going to hop off. For those of you who have been following with us and want to see more of this kind of content, please drop a comment, like, subscribe, blah blah blah. But more specifically, definitely leave a comment so that I kind of get a hint that this is something people are looking for or not. Um, there's a decent chance that Andre and I will do a cube draft next Thursday. Uh, I'm hopeful that we can use this again then, and if there are improvements or changes I need to make before then, that I can get those in as well. Yeah, that's about all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always be
Thanks,
running.
everyone.
Have a great time, and I will see you guys next time.